Hola, hola. How are you guys doing? How's life? I'm good, I'm good. It's been a pretty intense day so far. Got a lot of stuff going on, but all good. Nice, nice. Excellent. You're working on the Oni course, Lord Talon? Yeah, Anthony, the gloves can be indeed tricky. We should also be live now on YouTube. So, YouTube guys, can you hear me? Meta, what's up, my friend? Hello, hello. Yeah, I would probably do gloves and zebras as well. For that particular course, Anthony, I of course wanted to teach you how to do it. But yeah, like keep in mind that most of the tools I teach you can do in other places as well. And once you're in production, it really doesn't matter where you do it as long as you get to the result that you want. But it is a good exercise. It is a good exercise. The red guy, what's up, my friend? Hello, hello. Sandeep, dude, I've been like a lot of people have told me that it would be cool to meet me. I definitely want to do like a travel someday. Hopefully, if we get famous enough, maybe some like universities or schools will invite me to do like lectures or conferences or things like that, and that way I can meet you. That would be cool. I definitely miss one thing that I missed from Los Angeles was the fact that I could try a lot of different food, and I'm guessing from your name. You tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing you are from India. I miss Indian curry. Like Indian curry was so good. The Eats, what's up, my friend? Hello. Yeah, today is a special stream because Gamescom is Gamescom. Yeah, Gamescom is happening. So we're gonna have a little bit of a preview here. We're gonna do some sculpting. Actually, let's just freaking go. Let's just freaking go. There we go. So I'm sculpting a little bit on the character that we worked on last week, and as soon as Gamescom starts in about like 45 minutes or something, we'll just like plug it in and let's see what games are coming. Sounds good? Oh, Anthony, that's a great question. If you can handle multiple courses, you're gonna be able to mix and match like things, which is really good. But I actually recommend just following one course to make sure that you really understand the main elements, and then work your way from there. Because one thing that I see a lot of students do is they rush things. They just like they want to learn BFX and they want to learn animation and they want to learn rigging, and they don't learn it properly. They just like go and have like a very basic understanding of it, but they really don't like really like master the craft. Solid Mango, what's up, my friend? I'm not sure if there's going to be any good new games, but I'm really excited about a couple of games that have been announced and hopefully we get a little bit more information from. So, for me, I'm a huge fan of Monster Hunter. I've been very pumped about the last 2 weeks because they've been showcasing some demos for the weapons. So, I really want to see what they talk about. They mentioned that there's going to be a demo available for people who attend Gamescom. So, it's going to be very cool for them. I wish I was there so I could try it out as well. But yeah, let's see what they have in store for us. Yeah, I agree, Lord Talon. Like, when you're trying to, especially when you're on the learning stage of any software, if you try to learn multiple softwares, it can be confusing even. So, like most schools even, they will have like the introduction level classes first. And once you master the basics of those classes, you jump onto like a more advanced workflows where you can use multiple softwares. Yeah, see, Anthony, I used to be like that as well, and I used to be like that as well for games. So I would buy games and never play them, and especially now that I'm a little bit older and I have a kid and a wife and everything, time is very like a limiting factor. So I've trained myself to not buy or get anything that I'm not gonna use. Even though there's like really good games, like for instance, like the new one, the Wukong game, right? Like it looks very cool. I'm not gonna get it until I have enough time to play it. So that actually will save you money in the long run because you might get a discount later on, and it will make sure that you're utilizing what you have right now. So yeah. Sandeep, would I move to USA if you get a good offer? Yes, but it would need to be a really good offer because as I just mentioned, I have a wife and a kid, so I need to make sure that the offer will cover all of our like needs, right? Like I can get a good education to them, I can get a good place for us to live, like all of that sort of stuff. And it's expensive. You guys know everything is expensive nowadays. So I'm not sure how easy it would be. Neither of them, like my wife and my kid, they don't speak English, so it will be, I know it will be challenging for them. My wife is a psychologist. She has a master's in psychology, so I know it will be like really challenging for her as well to switch over there, because I know you need to have some sort of like validation or something to prove that you are a psychologist over there as well, like some permits or licenses. So it will be tricky. It will be tricky. When will be the environment courses coming? Soon, I hope, man. I really hope soon. I was recording yesterday and it was going really well. I'll be recording a little bit more today. It's one of those things that I really want to make sure I do it right. So even if it takes a little bit longer, and as you guys know, like last month I pretty much could not record anything due to my leg injury. It was very uncomfortable and painful to sit down for long periods of time. So we definitely got delayed there due to that, unfortunately. But I've been trying to make it up with more content here on YouTube and stuff like that. But it's coming, man. I'm still working on it, and it's like shaping out nicely. I think you guys are gonna like it. But I'm gonna ask for a little bit more patience. Let's see. The last game I bought was Helldivers, and I haven't touched it in like 2 months. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Like nowadays, I also realize that I can only manage like 2 or 3 games like actively. And it's usually like a mobile game, usually like a service game, and like a single story like player or mode game. So I try to be very mindful of what games I pick, because I know I'm not gonna be able to play them all. Let's see. How to deal with imposter syndrome as an artist. Red guy. That's an interesting one. And actually, I saw an advice. There's this guy named Alex Hormozy. You probably have seen him in TikTok. He's really big on like fitness and stuff. And he has a really good answer to that. He is like, you cannot be an imposter if you're true to yourself. So you start feeling like an imposter when you're still sort of like lying or like modifying the truth to sound like you're someone that you're not. That's when you start feeling like an imposter. But if you're really honest with yourself and like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, then it's gonna be very difficult for you to feel that way because you're just being true to yourself. So I think that's a good one. Now, the second one is, or another advice that I would give about that is, you need to realize that we all feel that way. Like, we always feel like we don't know enough, and that's a good sign, because you're then avoiding the thunder crugging effect or something like that, I think it's called, where people feel like they know all or everything, and then they actually don't. So it's a good thing that you feel a little bit insecure sometimes, but it's important to break away from that insecurity and realize that you're in a learning process. Everyone is in a learning process. Even the best artists out there are in a learning process, and they will be learning more and more stuff as they get older and older. You never stop learning, right? Like that's our motto: always learning, always improving. So if you make peace with that, if you make peace with the fact that it is a process and you will learn, that's another way to sort of like get rid of a little bit of the imposter syndrome. Martin, all good, my friend. Getting way better. This week has been really good for my leg. I was able to, or I'm able now to actually walk like normally without a crutch, without the brace. So I'm just taking it slow, but yeah, it's been better, man. Very, very nice. Sarankun, thanks, man. Welcome. Yeah, we're gonna have a fun stream. Like, this one's gonna be a little bit more interactive, I think, because we're gonna be watching the trailers. So we're gonna see how that looks. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a good one, man. And I like to use the sort of like the Nintendo philosophy for my courses. Because even my wife, she asked me yesterday, "Hey, when's your next course coming out? You've been a little bit late this time, right?" And I was like, "Hey, I know, but I really want to make sure it's good. I'm not the perfectionist, but I also don't like mediocrity. So I'll rather spend a couple of extra weeks just polishing and making sure everything flows and feels nice. And I explain all of the things that are important for me to explain on that course, than to rush it and just like sell something that's like not good, right?" And I think you agree there as well. It's better to have a delayed game that's a good game, rather than have a rushed game that's filled with bugs and stuff like that. No, this is, I mean, it's the character from last stream, Risku, but it's a new stream. We're gonna be watching the Gamescom announcements in a second. But hey, I thought, I mean, what do you guys prefer? Like, just watch the the wallpaper that they have right now, just like waiting for the announcements, or let's just sculpt a little bit, right? So I thought sculpting might be a better idea right now. The hell is that? Oh, it's that part of the cloth? I think it's part of the cloth. Let's go with these little guys right here. Now, since these little guys are a little bit far away from each other, we can definitely turn on symmetry. Wait a second, are they not symmetrical? Oh, they're not. Interesting. I think I like this one better, so there we go. Yeah, I don't usually see them, but I thought, hey, it'd be a good idea. Let's have some fun. I usually just wait for Reddit to show me the trailers. Yeah, let's see what they got. Is there any chance you're making an Unreal Engine course? Yes, Martin. The new environment course is in Unreal. So I'm gonna be doing the assets, the props. I'm gonna show them inside of Unreal. I actually just finished recording yesterday a little blueprint basics on how to make like a fire torch activate when the character runs. So we're gonna even look at a little bit of blueprinting. It's not gonna be like an advanced like gameplay like things, but it's just like basic things to make your environment feel more alive. Thanks, Ritsu. I still feel like I can improve that one. Like, that was a very simple way to do the eye. It will give you a good result, and it will give you like good refractions and stuff like that. But I do feel like I can definitely make it a little bit better. So I might be updating that one relatively soon. Yeah, we're gonna have a birthday stream next week, Anthony. Next week we're gonna have our birthday stream. We're gonna have some cool things there. I'm still not sure what we're gonna do. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. By the way, who is is Anthony? Are you the guy that lives near the border in the US? I'm not sure if it's you or if it's someone else, but I'm pretty sure it's you, right? Yeah, I also hope they showcase the release date, Netavare. See, Netavare, I'm really hopeful. This is my copium. My copium is that that they're gonna say like, hey, Monster Hunter Wilds is ready, releasing this December or something like that, like a Christmas gift. That would be pretty cool. But I'm pretty confident that they're gonna be releasing in like February or something like that. I don't think they're gonna wait until like mid-year or like it looks pretty finished. At least the weapon demos, they look pretty finished. I'm sure they're still working on things like the creatures and stuff like that. But I'm hopeful that it's not gonna take us much time. Oh, Anthony. Okay. Yeah, you're from Switzerland. I'm waiting for this. I always forgot his. I'm gonna have to go back and check on the live stream. But he says that he lives near the border, and actually might need his assistance soon. No, I have not played it, Gotham. I have not played it. Oh, Zamil, that'll be too much, man. 90. We've never done 90%. The big sale that we did on our channel's birthday, which was on June, it was 50%. No, 90%. It's too much, man. It's too much. It's not gonna work that way. We're not gonna be able to continue with this project if we go that low. Besides, you can ask anyone here in the chat. Like, I think the courses are worth it. Like I hope, and that has always been my what's the word? That has always been my goal. That the value that I provide on the courses is way more than the value that you're actually paying for. Do you see lights flickering, or am I going crazy? I think the lights are flickering a little bit. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty much like World, so early in the year. Yeah, unfortunately, most game companies will follow some. Yeah, there's a little bit of flickering, probably some energy stuff. Hopefully, hopefully lights don't go out, because I'm actually printing something right now downstairs, and it's been printing for the past like 20 hours. So if it fails right now, I'm gonna be very, very sad. Oh, because Udemy doesn't. Oh, that's a great question, like Sandeep. The reason why Udemy does 90% sales is because they don't. What's the word? They don't make the courses, right? Like, they didn't invest the time. They're just a hosting platform. So you, or in this case me as a creator, I upload the course there. And their sort of like strategy is, let's sell a lot of volume. So if I was selling, let's say, 10,000 courses a month, and I was doing like a 90% sale, so it was only $10, that's $100,000. So I'm okay there. Like, if I'm selling 10,000 courses a month, I was like, oh, okay, that's actually fine, because of the volume, right? Like the amount of courses you're selling. But most of the revenue Udemy gets. So Udemy has this thing where they tell you, hey, if you sell your course, like if you promote your course and you sell it, you get 90% of the value of the course. But if Udemy, sell the course, I get, I think it's something like 70 or 80% of the value of the course. So what they do is they'll like, if I say, hey, I want to sell this course at $50, they're like, yeah, sure, let's make a sale. It's going to be $10 for everyone. And then from those $10, you as the creator only get $3. And then they take taxes away, so you only get like $2.50. So that's why it gets very tricky to sell on Udemy, man. It's good, I think, for certain types of courses, but for this ones at least that take a lot of time to produce and to create, it's tricky, man. It's tricky. Gamescom, Anjana, Gamescom is this conference that they're gonna be doing in Germany. I think it's in Cologne. I'm pretty sure it's in Germany, and it's like E3, you know, like there's just gonna be announcements and trailers and things like that. So we're waiting to see what's gonna happen. Yeah, ZBrush was like, it always dies when it auto saves. It dies a little bit. Let me change the song. I don't like that song. Where do I change the song? There we go. Salmi says, yeah, no, I paid 30,000 Indian rupees, 350 to learn ZBrush, and they just finished in 7 classes in which they didn't hear them. Yeah. Yeah, that's the... I'm actually gonna be making a video tomorrow. I think it's for tomorrow, about like schools. What happened to the music? 1 second, guys. Oh, I closed it. I think there's no way to change this. Well, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to deal with it for now. Just gonna bring the volume down. The Gamescom is starting in 25 minutes. Still got 25 minutes to sculpt. Yeah, It's either me or no one. This is from Chill Hop, and it's one of the services that we use. Because it's supposed to be like, what's the word? Like copyright free and stuff like that, so we can't complain. Or at least not too much. Udemy only. Yeah, that's another thing, Sandeep. I've realized, and this is something that David and I have analyzed quite a bit. When you sell a product or a course very cheap, people will buy it, like Steam games, when they're in sale, and they'll never play it. They'll never, like, watch it. So I feel bad doing that because it feels like taking money away. And it's like, no, if you want to buy the course, I'm going to, like, price it at a very fair point for everyone. And I hope that you watch it all, or watch most of it, so that you get most of the information. Do you have any courses on how to retopologize complex layer characters? Oh, of course I do, my friend. Of course I do. So, this one. Complete Guide to Retopology. On this course right here, we go over 3 or 4 exercises. We do this Triceratops head. We do this character that has multi-layer pieces. So he has like armor pieces and like cloth and things like that. We do this like cartoon character. So there's a little bit of everything. Yeah, this one on creature topology, we go over all of the different like multi-part elements. And so yeah, we do have that one. If you want to check it out, it's on the side right now. And remember, guys, if you buy the retopology course, you get access to a special like alliance that we have with the Topogun guys. So you can buy your own perpetual license of Topogun with, I believe, like a 20% discount or something like that. So yeah. Yeah, this music Samil is from a site called Chill Hop like music or whatever. And it's just like, it just streams it. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm very lazy. And I don't want to do more hands for this guy. So I'm gonna use the Oni hands. So those were at least close to what we're looking for. There we go. Criney! Thank you, my friend. You are my biggest fan. Thank you. Welcome. So I'm just gonna grab the Oni right there. Just gonna steal the hands. So they're probably either very small or very big. They're very small. Just grab them right there. Go. I normally don't do this, but today I'm feeling a little bit lazy. So we're just gonna use one of those. Geometry, delete lower, delete hidden. There we go. I mean, we're still gonna sculpt it, but I'm gonna just reuse this a little bit. It's gonna save me quite a bit of time. We liked your videos, bro. So helpful. Thank you. Oh, that's a difficult name to pronounce. Gökturk Sindoruk. Nice. What do you think about Maya and 3ds Max in the next years to come? Because now Blender is transitioning especially in my place. That's a great question, Michael. I think if Autodesk does not do something like powerful or innovative in the next couple of years, it's gonna be tricky. Like I see a lot of studios, especially like small and mid-sized studios, maybe moving their pipelines to Blender, at least for the modeling and like general construction department. But unfortunately, Maya has a really like tight grip on the industry thanks to its rigging and animation tools. So yeah, that's interesting. That's cheating, maybe. I know. It's not cheating. It's a shortcut. It's a little bit of a shortcut. Just saving time. Yeah, that looks good. That just saved me like 2 hours of work, probably. Let's mirror this. Yeah, and in studio environments, that's very common, guys. Like, you're not going to be doing everything every single time. If it's a very specific character where you really need to like polish or create a specific anatomy or form, like if I was doing like a creature, right, and the hands of the creature are very specific, then yes, I'm gonna have to to do them from scratch. But in this case, they're just hands, like nothing fancy. So we can just do that. Which is the channel to share whips about the courses on Discord? Yeah, if you want feedback, just send me a DM, or you can send it on the whips channel and just tag me. But tag me, because otherwise I don't notice. Like, people are posting there all the time and I can miss it. But if you want to make sure I don't miss it, just send me a quick like picture on as a DM, and I'll be happy to just like point a couple of things out. It's Dynamesh. Definitely need to merge them. But in order to merge them, I do want to increase the resolution on this thing quite a bit. There we go. Blender has really taken leaps and bounds in the past few. Yeah, Blender is exactly. I'm in a very similar situation. It's like I use Maya most of the time because I've been using Maya for the past 13 years. But I use Blender if I find like an interesting tool. One of the things that I find very cool about Blender is that it has a lot of tutorials of very like specific things. Like, if you want to do a river, there's a Blender tutorial. If you want to do smoke, there's a Blender tutorial. If you want to do a fireball, there's a Blender tutorial. So you're gonna find more tutorials about Blender and how to do those like specific things. So it's really good if you already have like an idea in mind for like a product or like a render. But for like production pipelines, Maya, I feel, still is like a big pillar of the whole thing. What is the AAA character modeling pipeline? So it's high poly, low poly, UVs, bakes, textures, rigging, animation, effects. That's pretty much the pipeline, or dynamics at the very end. And dynamics is when you add like a cloth that's going to be floating with the wind, things like that. So that's usually, in like very broad terms, Gotham, the process that you're going to have. Let's move this up, down, and we're going to merge and merge down. Now we increase the resolution. Very important to really increase the resolution at this point, because otherwise the fingers are gonna get like a weird like webbing between them. So there we go. 600k is a good number there for the hand, I would say. How many portfolio pieces are good to apply for jobs? I usually recommend 5 to 7. 5 to 7 pieces. That's what I had on my portfolio when I graduated, so it helped me. 5 to 7. If you have like 3 like really freaking good ones, then that also helps. I've seen people who have like one like epic, sort of like amazing piece, and they're like, they get a job, or like at least an interview or a shot. But if you want to play it safe, I would say 5 to 7 is a good number of pieces to have. Like, usually when you're building your portfolio, you should have been doing 3D for at least 2 or 3 years. So by that time, you should already have like multiple pieces, I would say. Like, if you don't have at least a couple of pieces. Beginner to advanced substance painter portfolio. We're not Google, man. This is not like a search query. But we already have that. We already have that course. That one, my friend, is called the Substance Painter from Beginner to Master, which is exactly what you're looking for. So in this one, we go over the texturing of Dor, this dwarf character of mine, and we go over bakes, layers, textures, skin, a little bit of everything, gaming, chinmei. So if you want to check it out, it's on the side right there. Now, if you're looking for free stuff, if you want free like videos about this process, we do have a couple of them on the channel. But that one right there, the course condenses most of the important information in a single place. Do you take your high poly models into substance or the low poly? The low poly, man. Like, because if you take the high poly and it doesn't have UVs, then what are you doing? Like, how are you gonna texture, right? You can take a high poly with UVs into substance, and I've done that a couple of times, where you take like a decimated version that has the UVs. It can work. There's a specific pipelines where that is important. So, yeah. In India, those who use Blender for their portfolio, the industry treats them like shit. Well, the thing is, and here's we were mentioning this earlier today. There's this thing called the Dunderkrugging effect. You probably have heard it, where you have like a learning curve and you learn a little bit about something and you feel like you're an expert in that stuff, and then you stay there. And unfortunately, I've seen this a little bit more in Blender users, especially people who are starting to learn Blender, where they learn a couple of like really cool tricks or really cool things to use Blender, and then they feel like they're experts. It's like, dude, you're still missing a lot of the pipelines, a lot of the tools, a lot of the processes that we follow, a lot of the guidelines that we use, and that's where the attitude and the personality of someone can be problematic, because if they feel like, oh no, I know everything I need to know, then it's difficult to help them because they feel like they know everything, and it's probably it can be tricky. It can be a little bit problematic at that point. Did you all go over getting the details from a high poly model onto it? Yes, of course, man. That's the baking process. That's called the baking process, where we bake down the elements or the details from a high poly sculpt to a low poly model. And yes, we do cover that on the course. Mallet. I love this brush, the Mallet Fast. This one's a little bit hidden, but it's really good because it's very extreme. It will break and push things quite heavily. So when you dynamesh, you get like a very nice detail. We definitely need to increase the resolution there. Basic character modeling course. What type of character, Gotham? Because there's multiple types of characters, and we already have a couple of courses about some of those characters. But if you're like a cartoon character, like a very simplified, like Maya poly modeling character, yeah, we don't have that. The game show, that's a good question. The game show is starting in 13 minutes. 13 minutes, so 13 minutes it should start. I'm not sure if it's going to start like right away, or if there's going to be a, what's the word? Or if there's going to be a specific, like pre-show as well. But if there's a pre-show, we can have it on the background while we wait and keep on sculpting for a little bit. That sound good? Whenever I'm adding detail to a monster model conflicted on substance, on whether or not to use ZBrush or in substance through my textures. ZBrush feels like overkill often. Do you have any suggestions? Yes, so it depends on time and as you mentioned, detail. I normally like to add the detail in ZBrush because I like to 3D print my stuff. So you can see some of my 3D prints over here, and it's a good option to have like the detail actually sculpted so it really shows on the model. Emir, thanks for the resub, man. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, like in production, if I already know that that specific model is only going to be used on the game engine, for instance, or like on a mobile device or whatever, and I know I can handle that with like texturing, for instance, here, like the stone. Like if I know all of this stone texture can be done with texturing, I'll just do it in Substance. Like because that it's just faster to get to that point, right? But that's something that usually your art director is going to tell you is like, hey, for this particular character or for this particular asset, we want this process. And for this particular one, we might want a slightly different process. So always ask, guys, your clients, your art directors, your peers is like, hey, what would you do here? And that's going to give you a good, again, like a good idea of where to push things. Any course character modeling of yours, Gotham? Yeah, I mean, the main, like if you want to get into characters, I would say this one is really good. Like the series for character artists, it's one of our best sellers. It's only the high poly, so we only do the high poly of the character, but that's usually one of the trickiest part, like getting to a really good high poly. If you can get to a really good high poly, it's relatively easy to follow up with the retopology and texturing stages. So this one right here, it's almost 22 hours. Look at that, almost 100 lessons. It's a lot of chapters here, but we go over cloth, armor, skin, hair, teeth, faces, anatomy, like a little bit of everything. So I really like that one. Aaron, what's up, man? Not much. We've been just sculpting a little bit on this guy for now, and we're waiting on the Gamescom to start. Okay, yeah, gaming. We have some videos about that in the channel if you want to look them up. But if you want like a more in-depth like like review, or not review, like an in-depth understanding of the Substance Painter, the course, that one that I just mentioned, that one's really good. Hi Ave, when you have so many accessories in a character, you should have the corresponding high poly for each one. I mean, for instance, belt high, belt low, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if it's a question, Johnny, or if it's in a statement, but if it's in a statement, that's a true statement. Yes. When you have a character with a bunch of different elements, you will have all of the elements with their underscore low, underscore high, and that way you're gonna get like a very clean bake on the what's the word? On the textures, right? On the final result. So yeah, that's usually how you do it. Yes, it's a pain. Yeah, even the smallest pieces, yes. Even the smallest pieces. Because if you don't, what can happen is when you do the bake, Substance won't find a corresponding high piece, and then it doesn't know what to bake. So what I do, Johnny, this is a very cool trick. Like imagine we're doing like this one, like this character right here. And imagine we add like a belt buckle. And that belt buckle doesn't really have any sort of like high poly thing, right? When I'm in Maya preparing everything with the underscore low, underscore high, I'll just grab the belt buckle low, I'll just duplicate it, and then smooth it, just give it a smooth inside of Maya, and that's going to be my high poly. So no scratches, no details, no extra like tertiary forms or anything. It's just the smoothed version of your low poly. And as long as you have proper topology, right, it's going to smooth nicely. And that's it. Like that way, there's always going to be a corresponding underscore low, underscore high for the baking process to work properly. Lethal, what's up, man? Welcome. Okay, there we go. Oh, we got a sub there, and we got a hype train. I was not expecting to get a hype train today. It was just gonna be a simple stream, but hey, thank you, man. Thank you. So let me just do something very quick, guys. Do you want to create amazing characters? Not that one. What trailer was that? Do you want to create amazing characters? Do you want to master anatomy? Welcome to Anatomy. Yeah, no, that was the Anatomy trailer. That's a different one. Give me 1 second, guys. Just wanna close a couple of things here. Make sure I don't DDoX myself. One second, almost there. So Brown, hello from the UK. Zoe, hello. My wife has this dream. She wants to go to Ireland. No, not Ireland, Scotland. She wants to visit Scotland. Hopefully we'll be able to go there in a couple of years. So the plan is to go to London and then start going up all the way to Scotland, to the Highlands. Are you going to do low poly this in the session for making the game ready? Not today, Shuvam. I don't think we're going to be doing it today. Because we're going to be watching the Gamescom stuff. But eventually, I'm not sure if I'm going to like do everything, right? I do want to show the full process for this character. I'm not sure if we're going to record every single step of this character, because as I mentioned on the Friday live stream, usually for a character, you will take your time. Like it's not something that you do just like in a day or something. It's usually it usually takes a while. Mech, how are you, my friend? Glad to see you as well. Glad to see you as well. Hey, is the game industry in Gulf countries like UAE and all good? I actually don't know, Aaron. I know the game industry is the strongest in North America, so Canada, US, Europe, especially like northern countries in Europe, so Germany, France, UK, and then you got Asia, right? So China, Japan, Korea. Those are like the big ones. But there's big studios pretty much everywhere. Like even here in Mexico, we do have some studios. It's not as big as other parts of the world, right? But again, there's work. As for the UAE, I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't heard of big studios there. Lautaro Albornoz, hola Eve. Saludos desde Argentina. Saludos, Lautaro. See, I'm not sure why people write my name with the extra L. It's just Ave. I mean, I don't have any issues, but it's just weird. I'm not sure where that confusion is coming from, but it's just Abe, guys. from Abraham. My full name is Abraham, but I don't like, I actually hate how Abraham sounds in English. It sounds very weird. So I prefer Abe. So just ABE. It might be because they're like combining the L from my last name, maybe. Why do they bake in Marmoset and bring back to Substance? Some people prefer the result that Marmoset gives you. Marmoset is really good for hard surface things. So if you're doing like robots or guns or sci-fi stuff, I think Marmoset does have a better like baker process. So you're gonna get clean surfaces or cleaner surfaces. However, I just do everything in Substance, to be honest. If you see the full name for us Latinos means war or death. Ubisoft in Abu Dhabi, says Michael Townley over on YouTube. Aaron, so yeah. What are the shortcuts for clay and clay build-up brushes in ZBrush? Still, it's very easy. So clay is just B, C, and L. That's your clay brush. I don't use this one as much. It's not a bad brush, but I find it's very soft, and I don't like the forms that I get with this one. And B, C, and B is the one for clay buildup. I prefer this one because it's a little bit sharper, and I prefer this one to build up my forms. But both of them are good. What are these things? The resolution. There we go. What's the best software to create our own textures? If you want to create your own materials, then probably Substance Designer. But if you want to create your own textures, Substance Painter. Like Substance Painter, I would say is the go-to software. The other two that are used in the industry are Mari, Marmoset, and 3D Code. Those are like the big four, I would say. Like I really haven't heard of any other like texturing software. Someone mentioned like Quixel something a couple of months ago. I don't use that one. So Substance Painter, Photoshop maybe. Like I guess there could be some old school people still using Photoshop. But it's usually Substance Painter, Mari, 3D Code, and Marmoset. There was another one that's similar to Substance, but I haven't heard a lot of about it. I cannot give you an honest review. Oh, Angelica, that would be great. Yeah, as I was mentioning, my wife, she would love to go there. One of my close friends is working in Ireland right now. I think he's at 2K Studios. I'm a huge fan of Irish whiskey, so definitely want to go there at one point. What happened to Mudbox? They just didn't develop it anymore. There was an update, I think, a couple of months ago, but they just changed like the logo. Some pipelines still use it, and that's the thing, guys. You need to understand that big industries, like big companies, they might have built specific tools with softwares that are discontinued or no longer used, and as long as they can use them and keep providing the results that they are used to, they're gonna keep using them. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you don't always need to be using like the latest and most like newest piece of software. Like, if I had to go back to, I don't know, ZBrush 2018, I should be able to still do most of the stuff that I do. Yes, there's going to be some tools that are going to be more finicky, or that I might need to spend a little bit more time like getting to the result that I want. But at the end of the day, the tool is just that. It's a tool. You as the artist, you are the one that are like actually doing the work, right? Have you ever tried making maps in Blender? I haven't tried in Blender. I tried in Maya back in the day. It's horrible. You can get some stuff out, but it's really, really bad. Like, even back when I started learning in 2011, we didn't use Maya. We used a software called Xnormal to bake stuff out. Is the portfolio review locked for this month? Yes, my friend, it's locked because we already have like 50 submissions or something. We're actually going to have to start earlier than usual. So we're going to start at 9 a.m. Central Time. And then we're probably going to go for like 4 hours because it's like 50 portfolios. It's gonna be a good one. If we create hand-painted texture models in aim to get into Riot Studios and we didn't get, would our portfolio be unworthy for other studios? who, yes, it's not that they're going to be unworthy, but you're not really a match if you can't show that you can do PBR textures, for instance. However, there's a lot of studios nowadays that are using this sort of like hand-painted approach, so there should be somewhere you can fit in. Again, you're going to have to try and get an interview and send your portfolio and stuff like that. It's unfortunately a really like tricky, and it can be a difficult process at times, but it's part of the way this works. But yeah, unfortunately, if you that's the downside, right, of focusing too much on one specific style or one specific like pipeline. That if you don't get a job, it's difficult to jump to another pipeline if you can't show that you can also do that other pipeline. So yeah. I have a doubt. Can someone solve it? I'll ask on Discord. Is it okay? Yeah, go for it, man. You can ask on Discord. What is your opinion to make Rutstame in ZBrush? I'm not sure what Rutstame is, man. Is it a character? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it says should be starting anytime now. Let's see. There we go. Okay, let me close the chill hop thing. Oh my god, really? Pre-show in 28 minutes? What time is it? Oh, well, we started earlier than today. Okay, well, let's continue working here on the sculpting. I think I'm gonna keep the music on, just so that we know when this thing starts. But yeah, let's just keep sculpting. So Rotstem, it's a Persian hero. Yeah, if it's a character, I would definitely do it inside of ZBrush. Like that would be my my approach for a character like that. Okay, let's go with this one right here. Do you still answer emails from course students, or is it better to ask on Discord instead? If you are enrolled in the new courses, in the ones in my site, I still, like, you can email me and I'll answer it. That's fine. Same for Discord. Like, you can contact me. The problem is I did a lot of courses for other companies, and I don't have access to those courses anymore. So if you, for instance, buy one of my old courses in Udemy and you ask a question there, I'm not the one answering it. Someone else, hopefully with enough experience, will be answering that question. So my best advice, and the advice that I've been like sharing, is just contact me here. It's easier, and that way I'll still answer the questions about those courses. Like, don't worry. But it's better if you just like if you just ask me the questions over here. Now let me get the concept piece for this guy, because I remember him having something else. There was a little bit of like skin details that he had. That's good music. Where's the concept? Where's the concept? There we go. Yeah, so as you can see, he's got like scales, kind of look like scales on the upper part of the body, like those little bumps right there. Are you a music freak? I always have music playing. Yes, I always have music playing. I wouldn't consider myself like a music file or something like that. People who are like really into music and they like analyze every single aspect of it. But yeah. Let's see. PBR is just more common, but if you only like hand paint, it's personal to you. If you would even enjoy working doing those types of characters, so maybe have extra. Yeah, my advice is try to always analyze how the industry is near where you are. So if you're willing to move, if you're willing to travel, if you're willing to like explore the world, then yeah, you can definitely specialize and just look for the work where the work is. But if you don't like that, if you want to stay in your country, then you gotta like look at what your country is doing. What kind of content are they producing? For instance, here in Mexico, most of the stuff that they do is very stylized, kind of like cartoony. So like Disney, they try to copy a lot of, or DreamWorks, that sort of like animated films. Like the films that they do is that sort of animated stuff. If you don't like that, well, tough luck, right? It's gonna be a little bit difficult for you to get something in here, because that's the sort of like style that that the studios in the country produce. If you want to do more realistic stuff, you're gonna have to move somewhere else, because there's not a lot of studios here in Mexico that do that sort of work. Yes, so the 3D workshop section is to showcase your work. You might get some feedback from people there, or you might get some questions. If you want portfolio review, it's the portfolio review section that we open every month. Right now it's already closed, because we already like hit the sort of like the limit of submissions that we can handle during the stream. So you might need to wait. But if there's a specific piece that you want me to check, Super Monkey, just again, send me like a DM or tag me on your portfolio element, and I'll take a look. Let's go for a round alpha now. So what I like to do here when sculpting like muscles and fibers and skin is, once I have a good base, I'll change to a round alpha, so that the fibers and muscles and skin folds and everything look a little bit more natural. And then I'll just start filling in sort of like the skin fat and stuff, and then very, very softly just smooth it out a little bit. How do you clean your mesh? I mean, all the clay builder is smooth, as I was just mentioning, Johnny, just with smooth. And I really like using Trim Dynamic. Trim Dynamic, I think it's a really, really good brush, because it allows you to clean the form. So all of this like details that you see right there, with Trim Dynamic, I can just erase them pretty much, while still keeping the planes of the character. It's kind of like polishing the character. Have I tried Modbox? I did try Modbox when I was at school, a long time ago. I liked it. It's really good. It has like a couple of features that are really good. For instance, for like displacement and bump mapping, where you can paint directly on those layers. That's very, very cool. But I don't use it on my day-to-day sort of like workflow nowadays. Now, I don't need to do too much detail here on the inside of the character, because he's gonna be covered, right? Like there's a lot of armor pieces and things like that. But there's a couple of elements like the Latissimus dorsi, and maybe we could even add a little bit of the serratus anterior, just so that it shows it's there. And again, I'm using this clay buildup with a smooth alpha, with a round alpha, to blend it together. Then from here, we're gonna have the transverse. There we go. Yeah, these are the default settings. All of this, guys, the anatomy stuff, it's covered on the anatomy course. I want to show you the intro video, but it's gonna feel too much like a commercial. So, I forgot I had it here on OBS. So if I click it, we're gonna go to the commercial of the Duncan video. Hola, a veces cuando exporto un archivo desde el Blender al Z, la resolución no funciona muy bien. La única manera es agrandarlo muchísimo. Las piezas tienen... Yeah, so it's always a good idea. Le Pulg, amazing name, by the way. I think you're referencing La Pulga from Mucha Lucha. It's always a good idea to work in real-world scale. If it doesn't work, you can go here to C plugin, and there's this option in the... Where is it? Scale Master. That you can see, set this ZBrush Scale Unify, and that will bring the scale, like virtually bring the scale of your object down to what, or up to what ZBrush usually wants to have, and it should work a little bit better. So you can try that button right there, ZBrush Scale Unify. And that's gonna give you it should give you a good result right there. The speed in how you read the comments was impressive. Thanks, man. Been getting used to it. We've been getting more and more comments. Like it's getting a little bit difficult to keep track of everything, but I'm trying. Trim Dynamic looks like stone. Yeah, after Trim Dynamic, Johnny, a little bit of smooth. Just a little bit of smooth, and as you can see here with clay buildup, I'm just like building up the muscle masses with like a soft effect, and then I smooth things out. So if you want like that really, really sort of like smooth, round look, it's a little bit of adding, smoothing, removing. It's kind of like layering. You sort of like layer your polish level. It also will smooth quite a bit once we do retopology. So that one will definitely work. I want to work in the gaming field. What's your advice? Get or make an amazing portfolio and have or build up skills that are gonna make you special. Like, what are you gonna offer to the gaming industry that has not been offered yet? That's a good question, right? Like, do you have good ideas for gameplay? Well, maybe you wanna go into programming. You're gonna be a gameplay designer. You're really good at building up levels. Well, you might be a very good level or environment artist. Can you create like really kick-ass weapons? Well, that's the stuff. Yes. No, I don't have any teaser. I have a prop. I did a prop, but I'm not sure. It feels like just a very simple prop, so I don't wanna show it just yet. But I've shown the, actually I've shown this one, the folder. This one I can show. So the next course is an environment course, and it's a Mayan inspired course. So we're gonna be doing a lot of like Mesoamerican art and Mesoamerican things, and this is the main concept, like the general idea. It's a sketch I did of how things are gonna be. It's like a big scale, sort of like gates, like Mayan gates. There's gonna be ruins, statues, foliage, trees. There's gonna be a lot of stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be coming out soon, hopefully. Again, I'm gonna be using the Blizzard soon, because I really want to make sure it's good. You guys know I don't like creating stuff that's subpar in quality, so even if it takes me a little bit longer to get there, I want to make sure that I'm offering you guys good content. Have you tried a CAD software before? No, I have not. I've been recommended, like I've worked with CAD files, because sometimes we've had clients that have CAD files, like architects mostly, and they send us the files and then we need to clean them up. It's a mess. It's a pain as well. But I've worked, I think I learned a little bit of like Google SketchUp a while ago. But no, I don't usually work with CAD softwares. I got a question for you, Abe. What would be a good role for a character artist outside of games? I'm looking more into something outside of games, as much as it pains me, and the only option I know of at this point is 3D printing. Yeah, so 3D printing is one. Collectibles, toys. There's a lot of work there for toys. I've seen like even like historical replicas, people that do historical characters for like statues. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if you're specifically characters, but that's why I tell you guys, you should always have your goal dream or your main dream, and try to branch out a little bit. So if you know how to model a character, you also know how to model things, right? Like assets, like armor pieces and props and things like that. So you might not be able to land a character job at first, but if you land just like a generalist 3D role, or like an environment, like asset character, or like an asset creator or something, that could be the way you start branching out into other things. The scene for the environment course will be rendered in Unreal. How would you go about the foliage? We're gonna learn speed tree. Yes, we're gonna learn speed tree. How long will it take to be released? I hope I can release it for next month. I don't think I'm gonna be able to release it this month, of course. So I hope I'm gonna be able to release it for next month. Hopefully midway through the next month. But again, it's gonna depend on a bunch of factors. As you guys know, this is not my only like primary thing that I do, like content creation. I do a bunch of other things. So, is it easier to get into the Lego company? I'm not sure, man. I don't think so. Like, as a modeler? No. They have this role where people create the sets, and they're very creative people, but they have their own software to build like the prototypes. They don't do them in like Maya or Blender. That's a fucked up arm. Fix that. No, Breakstar, I actually stole this head from the Oni course. From this one. I did this earlier today. So this hand I did sculpt from scratch when I did this course a couple of no, this was last year actually. Oh my god, it's been a long time. Yes, this was our second course, right, David? We did the axe first and then the Oni. So this one released early August last year. So it's been a year. Damn, yeah, it's been a year since we did this Oni course. So I sculpted the hands, and I just, like today, I just I just stole them from the Oni. Yeah, Axe was first. It was Axe, then Oni, then Maya, Marvelous. No. Yeah. I always forget. So it was Axe, Oni, Maya, Marvelous, Substance, Retopology, and Anatomy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the order. So here, the only one that's out of order is the Maya course. It should be right here. But this is pretty much the order of release. 14 minutes, guys. 14 minutes, and the show starts. Hopefully, it's been entertaining. See, what do you guys prefer? Just watch this like a thing right here with nothing happening, or me sculpting? We're sculpting and we're learning. I'll sell that's a bonus. Hey, there we go. We just hit our follower goal here inside of Twitch. 1,700 followers on Twitch. Thank you, Leal. Thank you, Ofek, as well. Samir. There you go. Yes, no, we've utilized Crane. We've utilized Unreal before on the Substance Painter course. There is a chapter at the end where we take this into Unreal. There we go, Unreal setup. So I have used Unreal before on this course right here, but yes, we're gonna be using it way more. Ofek, really, dude? You've been watching for 3 months and haven't followed, dude. I'm gonna take that as a personal offense. Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you. It's a very simple process for hands, guys. Let me show you. Let's do a quick hand theory right now. So people struggle quite a bit with hands. I struggle with hands as well, especially when I started. My hands always look like sausages. So you need to understand that from an anatomy, or not from an anatomy, from a form perspective, the hand is made out of a block, and then a secondary block for the thumb, and then another block right here for the fingers. If you can draw the shape, and I'm pretty sure everyone can draw the shape, you can draw a hand and you can like sculpt a hand. So once you have the shape, if we see it from a side view, like that's the main shape of the hand, and then we have the fingers. And fingers will taper down, right? Like they'll create this sort of like inclination going forward. The interesting thing about fingers is that fingers are actually pretty much the same size. The only thing that changes is their insertion point. So we're gonna have the pointy or the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and then the pinky finger actually starts a little bit lower than the rest of the hand. So this insertion point right here. So that's why it looks like a pinky finger. But if actually, like if you measure your pinky finger and you compare it to your index or your ring finger, you're gonna see that they're quite similar. It's just the fact that he's kind of like lower on a ladder or like on a step. So yeah. Now, when you're drawing a finger or when you're sculpting a finger, a very common mistake that people make is they'll just do them straight. They'll just do like a very straight finger, and it looks horrible. So this one I learned from Grassetti actually, and a couple of other artists that pose their character. They add a little bit of gesture to their characters. They make sure that it doesn't look as stiff as just like a T-pose. So you need to understand that the finger is divided into 3 parts, right? These parts are called phalanges. You have the proximal phalange, the medial phalange, and the distal phalange, which is the near one, the middle one, and the far away one. And what you need to do is you need to bend them. But when you bend them, you actually add a little bit of volume. This is the tricky part. So you are going to add sort of like a B shape right here. And then you're going to bend the finger. So the middle phalange. And then the medial. And then the distal. And as you can see, we've added this volume right here, which is where the knuckles are. Okay? This is what's going to give you a good sort of like finger bend. Because otherwise, if you just bend this like without adding that volume, what ends up happening is what we call the candy wrap effect, where things look very like stiff. See that? But that's not good. You don't want that. You want to add a little bit of volume when you bend, which is exactly what I did right here. As you can see, I bent the fingers and I added a little bit of the knuckles right there to make the hand a little bit stronger. This, if you want to go all the way to the origin, this is Bridgeman. So Bridgeman hands. Like that's his method. Bridgeman was an artist from the early 20th century, and he's got this method, this construction method, where he builds the hands with a lot of strength. You can see that they're like the form and the power that these hands have is really good. And you can see how each knuckle sort of like pokes out a little bit. You can see the box being constructed right there. And today's short actually talks about that, about like skills that you can use as a 2D artist to make or become a better 3D artist. And this is one of them: gesture drawing, like being able to capture the gesture, the force, the silhouette of hands, feet, faces, bodies. It really can push your sculpting skills to the next level. Like it transfers to these things. From a figure drawing perspective, Bridgman books are not for beginners. Really? You think so? I actually started with Bridgman. When I started learning, I started with Bridgman. I thought they were fine. Like maybe not for like a beginner. Like if you're just learning how to draw stick figures and basic like bodies, yeah, it's a little bit on the like advanced side of things. But once you're like in art school, in your first gesture drawing class, you should be able to copy and learn from Bridgman, I would say. Paulito says, I am making a character and have been struggling to make the base for the head. Even though I have done heads in the past, I'm still kind of new and I feel the reason for this is because I'm rushing it. I know that everyone has a different speed, but I feel some confirmation from a professional of the minimum time that we have to spend on something would be really beneficial so I can start rushing it. Yes, of course. So, Paulitos, here's the thing. And I actually had a meeting today with a student. We talked about this. So, I would say there's 3 sort of like ranges. The student, the pro, and the hobbyist. Okay, which is different. Someone that does this as a hobby, you can take as much time as you want. So for instance, a head. If you're doing like a character's head, right? I would say a student doing a character head might take up to 6 hours, 8 hours to do it like a basic blocking. A pro should be able to do it between 1 and 2 hours. And a hobbyist can take forever. I've seen people that take 2 weeks to do a head. That's fine, because you're doing it as a hobby. You're having fun. You're enjoying it. I've also seen hobbies that are very fast and can do it in like 30 minutes. So it depends a lot. But I can show you like a real example. So this Oni right here, right? This is the Oni from our ZBrush course. And the head, as you can see, it can still be polished a little bit more. But this is like the basics forms of the head. And if we go to the elements right here, to the actual course, because everything is recorded in real time when I'm recording the courses. So here, you can see I have pretty much a full like 2 or 3 hours for the head. So it's eyes, mouth, nose, mouth, teeth and gums, ears, hair. So all of this from 34 to 40, it's probably like 2 or 3 hours of content to get like the head. Of course, I'm explaining things as I go, so if I had to shorten it, I would probably say like just the basic shape of the head, 1 to 2 hours is usually a good amount of time. But a full polish, like doing retopology, texture, blah, 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 like if you're doing a bust, it's gonna take forever. Like I'm not sure. I don't have Ebjan's portfolio at hand. There's a student on our Discord. He's really good, and he did a Magneto face, like a portrait of Magneto, of this actor, Sir. Oh, what's the name of the actor now? I forgot. He's a sir, of course, but my God, I'm gonna have to look him up. I feel ashamed of this. Ian McKellen, there you go. So he did a portrait of Sir Ian McKellen. It took him like 1 full month, or like 2 months or something. Like it was a lot of time to do a portrait, like a really photorealistic face. So it depends a lot on the project. If I personally have to follow at first, I recommend Morpho. Man, I miss drawing. Haven't checked Morpho. I'm gonna have to look. Michael Hampton is the absolute best book for beginners in figure drawing. Very beginner friendly. Michael Hampton. Let's take a look at that one. Michael Hampton figure drawing. Yeah. So that's gesture drawing. Like that's basic gesture drawing, and then I guess he goes a little bit more into detail. Yeah, that looks very cool. David, can you save that name? I really want to like dig a little bit deeper, because this like the thing that I don't like about Bridgman is that he's old, right? Like it's old content, and of course, like with new techniques and new generations, there's more and more stuff that you can learn. So this one looks quite nice. Probably gonna get it. Is it expensive? Let me check if it's expensive. So the book is it's like $35. It's not bad. Not freaking bad. Yeah, I would definitely recommend one of those. Michael Hampton, nice. Yeah, Loomis is like the go-to guy for gesture drawing as well, and for drawing. Again, the thing I don't like about Loomis is that he's very classical. Like, this is just like vintage stuff, right? So nowadays you're not gonna be seeing this sort of stuff, like this sort of characters. Like, this is like the Gerber kid, right? So it's very old school. If this is the style that you want to go for, it's very good. And for the fundamentals, it's also really, really good. Like, this is the thing that I talked about on the last video here on the YouTube channel, how you need to learn how to bring all of your forms into the basic like elements. So yeah, Loomis is, yeah, it's, I'm not sure if I would classify him as the GOAT for figure drawing, but he's like the reference, right? Like, everyone looks at Loomis, like the Loomis head. Like, this construction right here, amazing way to think about the forms. So yeah, another great one, Andrew Loomis. Doesn't Loomis had the zygomatic arc? I'm not sure. Like, I've always used this one. Like, the proportions from Loomis, I've always used it. It's a little bit on the high side, I would say, this bone right here, but I wouldn't call it a mistake, to be honest. Again, it's just stylistic choices, right? Like, and that's the thing about learning figure drawing. You learn a specific proportion, you learn a specific type of like measurements, and then when you do it on your own style, like, things are gonna be different. And then you go outside and look at people and how their faces are. It's just like, like way too intense. I should write a book someday. I don't know, man. I don't know. I prefer courses. But yeah, like my anatomy course, that one's the latest one. It has most of the information. Like, every single chapter is about different parts of the body, and we have a video about the theory. So I explain like how I deconstruct the forms, and then we sculpt it. So, I mean, from the reviews we've gotten, people really like that, like the theory side of things. So if that's something that you like, you might want to check that one out as well. I want to write the fantasy book, though. I don't think it's going to be a good one, but I really want to write. Yeah, Elliot Goldfinger, another big one. The environment course included a section about how nanite works. Yes, actually, yes. we do, like, very early in the course, I explain how nanite works. We bring a nanite acid. See, the one thing I really like about how the environment course is coming out is that I'm showing multiple different like processes. So it's not only high poly, low poly, and textures, right? We're doing nanite, we're doing decimation processes, we're doing tileable textures, we're doing trim sheets. So it's gonna give you like a whole arsenal of tools that you're gonna be able to use. Some productions will use some of them, some productions will use others. So it will give you a good range of information, I think. You forgot to cover the teeth and gums in the anatomy course, though. Yes, I did. I did not cover the teeth and gums. You're right, Hudson. Or sorry, Wendy. You are right. I did not. I didn't, right? I think I just. No, I don't think I did. I mean, the head is closed. Like, the mouth of the character in the render is closed, so I think that's why I didn't cover it. But yeah, you're right. I didn't. I did them on the Wolverine sculpt, so if you want to check how I handle like teeth, that's a good one, and on the Oni course as well. But usually teeth and gums, I just like either get one of the models that I've used all the time or just get a new model. It's a weird one. Yeah, you know what? That might not be a bad idea, Skyla. Maybe we can do, because this is the fun thing. How much time will we have? Oh, we got 1 minute. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, so. Let me show you. So this is a 3D print, right, from Duncan, and it's sort of like detachable. So I should be able. There we go. So everything is cut out in such a way that we can like change things around. So it might be a good idea. Maybe we can do a bonus chapter on how to open the mouth, have a little bit of a different expression, and since the head is again modular, we can very easily just like change it. You can change it and change the pose. Well, not the pose, but the head. So yeah, that's a good idea, guys. Thank you. Yeah, we'll probably do something like that. Maybe on the birthday stream or something. Cesar from Colombia, what's up, my friend? When are we painting it? I need to get a freaking air compressor, and it's a little bit expensive. So I was looking at air compressor and airbrushes, and it's probably like 300, 400 bucks that I would need to invest to paint it. But hey, this thing just started, so let's go.
Leading up to the big show itself, Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. Now, here's the weird thing about the pre-show this year. We have more games in this pre-show than ever before, and a bunch of them are brand new game announcements.
Let's go 1080.
Show than ever before, and a bunch of them are brand new game announcements. That's mucho. Street Fighter 6 showed up for this. The pre-show is good. So let's get it started. We're talking about Dave the Diver first, who's had some fun and unpredictable collaborations already.
Hello from
this
Brazil
year,
for
but
Kosaki.
He's not done yet. Let's see what Dave's getting into next.
My voice is a little bit low? Or the...
I'm Maya.
I've heard this is a good game. I'm thinking about getting it for the Switch. Are these like games within the game, or is this like or are these different games?
If you're just joining us here at the pre-show, you're still relatively early. You only missed one trailer so far. And our next one is for a brand new game in a storied franchise, well known for its depiction of long-distance relationships.
I really like action RPGs, to be honest. Oh, that's good. I like this. I bought a couple of this early ones. It's very fun.
Allied forces are preparing to drive the Nazis out of France, and they're desperate to turn the tide of war back in their favor. The French resistance have uncovered a rumor of a secret weapon so ruthless, so severe, it could make it impossible to reclaim France.
Video sound is low. Okay, give me 1 second.
Can't go ignored.
Let me know if that's better.
Welcome back to the Opening Night Live 2024 pre-show. The main event is close. It will have the big games. It will have the big game announcements. But for now, this pre-show is bustling along. Up next, a brand new trailer for Begone Beast.
Better. Okay, awesome. This is what I mean. Like, you can have amazing games, and the level of 3D that you need is not that big. Like the bar, especially for indie style games, can be just good enough. That's it, just good enough. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Hudson, that's a good idea about the courses. We've tried, well, we haven't really specifically tried that, but that's part of why I create so much like free content, the live streams, everything. I know it's not specifically one course, but it has helped. It has helped. The channel has grown quite a bit. That looks like fun. That looks like a fun co-op game. Yeah, exactly, Smash. This is why art direction is so important, to make sure that even if the graphics are not up to
You're
the
about to
biggest
see
level,
the most
it looks
thrilling
good.
trailer for a road building simulator you've ever seen in your life right now.
I think
When
it's
I
part
was
of this
a
charm,
kid,
Lord Tellum.
I couldn't wait to leave this town behind. But what's that saying? Man plans and God laughs? Well, he must have had a good one on my account.
Greatest natural disaster.
When the water receded, it carried away everything we
Tenshi
ever
Voodoo,
had.
what's up, man?
It
Welcome.
also gave me a reason to
Have
stay.
already begun moving to the site to
Truth
assess.
is, we can't stop what's coming. The
Why are we
important
watching
thing
this?
Is that
Because it's the
we
Gamescom, man.
rebuild.
We want to know what's happening. These are games that are going to be coming out soon. See, I'm not a huge fan of simulation games, but this one looks, like, graphically, it looks nice.
I think I'm stuck here.
I do make games, Hudson, but it's a different approach. It's not games for, like, commercially like this. This video sound about 10%. Let's try that. There we go. Yeah, so I have a small studio. I've mentioned this before. Its name is Hyperlab, and we produce VR games.
And
So
now you're
small,
about to see a
like
couple of
7-10
games that will
minute
make
games
you
for
say,
museums. That's our niche. Someone was asking about hand-painted style. Well, this one looks like that. It's a little bit of a mix between PVR and hand-painted style. Give me a Crash Bandicoot stuff, or vibe. Looks pretty. Like, the environment looks nice. I'm not a huge fan of platformers nowadays. I used to like them quite a bit, but now I find them a little bit repetitive, to be honest. Yeah, this is a mix like Donkey Kong and Crash Bandicoot. But again, the art direction is really good. Yeah, not bad. Nico de Rico. Ah, come on,
The
guys.
hound of war chases the scent, oblivious to the master's leash. True balance lies beyond the edge of a blade. Do not take free will.
Yeah,
for
it did look
granted.
like Rayman.
I know I did.
Enotreya, the last song. What do you guys think? Does it looks like a Souls-like or more like a Skyrim? Kind of looks Souls-like. Yeah, right? Like Sekiro? Sekiro sounds like? Yeah, definitely. A lot of parry, it seems. Oh, Lord Tellum, that's mean, dude. That's mean.
1,000 words and tales worn as medals avail naught for a hero's self-proclaimed. And what of you, trespasser? Have you come to pry the stone from his boot? It matters not. Your fate is sealed by weapon drawn. This day,
I'm willing to bet that this is a small team. And to me, even these things are impressive. Because, yes, of course it's not Elden Ring. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't give them a chance, right? It might be a really good story. It might be really good gameplay.
We all agree that
And
this pre-show is
even
going pretty
From
good so
Software
far,
started
but
as a small
my
team at one
primary
point, right?
duty
So
here is to make you aware of and excited about the fact that Opening Night Live is minutes away. So here they are, the top 10 reasons to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. Number 10. a new look at Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Oh, interesting.
Number 9, an extended look at the gameplay of Dune Awakening. Can I be honest with you?
I haven't watched the Dune
movie. I didn't
movie.
really get Dune until the second movie, and now I think Dune is cool. Number 8, the tinge of king-like power you feel when dozens of big-budget games desperately beg you to wishlist them. Number 7 reason to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. News from Marvel Rivals.
I like the art
Number
style of
6,
Marvel Rivals.
An
It's very
Indiana
nice.
Jones and the Great Circle presentation. Because there's no way it's just another super long cutscene. At some point, they're going to have to show what it's like to play this game. Like, what button is the whip?
I don't understand
5,
the humor of this
the
guy,
reveal
but it's
of
interesting.
Tarsier Studios' next game.
Kind of like
Here's the story of this
sarcastic
one.
and
So
deadpan
Tarsier
look.
Studios, who made the Little Nightmares games, a few weeks ago, they put out this terrifying teaser.
Yes,
with
Kennedy, I
this
definitely think
sliced
Call of
open
Duty is
giant happy
unoptimized.
pig.
Yeah,
And then it just says,
totally.
Worldwide Game Reveal, Gamescom ONL. And that makes me curious. I don't even know what this is. Number 4 reason to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024. 50-50 shot Sam Lake shows up with a new dance. Just to be clear here, he is not scheduled to appear, but you always feel like there's a chance. Number 3, the first gameplay of Civilization 7. Number 2,
Have you guys played Civilization
an
7?
update
Or
on
not
Monster
Civilization?
Hunter Wilds.
That's what I'm
Officially,
looking
we're just
for.
calling this an update, but there's no way it's just going to be somebody talking. I promise it's going to be nice. And the number 1 reason to look forward to Gamescom Opening Night Live 2024 is... It is always nice to hear a room full of people cheer and be happy about video games.
Oh, a Bloodborne port would
Almost
be
always.
amazing.
But before we can get to any of that, there's still plenty of pre-show to go. Next up, from the studio behind Fury and Haven, here's a brand new trailer for Cairn.
See, this is another good art style direction. Cell-shaded, Borderlands style, right? I remember seeing this one on the Game Show Awards last year, right? I've seen a lot of these games nowadays, of this sort of like simulation games that are very like gameplay challenging. And if you fall, you start over from the very beginning. Hey, that's another interesting niche, right? Like, it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but if it works, it works.
Are you ready for Cammy?
They haven't mentioned the name. I think they're
Doesn't look
about
so
to.
bad, does it?
Karn?
This next part is cool. You're going to see a mysterious trailer for an unannounced game, and then immediately after that, I have an interview with that game's developer. So first, here's this.
How long has it been?
A first-person farming
days.
horror allegory.
6?
Interesting.
I need to get up. But no matter how much I sleep, I still feel tired. Maybe it's because the nights here feel unsettling. The only thing that brings me a bit of comfort is that I'll never talk to another human being ever again. I've decided that this abandoned farm will be the place where I die. But until then, that leaves me with the ever-pressing question. How do I fill the time? There's always a lot to do on a farm, and it's good to keep busy. It gets your mind off things, like the things you've lost.
This is interesting because I've definitely seen this trend in late years where video
We'll
games
see what
have
winter
become
brings
this sort of like
after the harvest.
artsy way of telling stories, which I'm
Recently,
all
I had
for.
the opportunity to talk to the solo developer behind We Harvest Shadows, David Whaley.
What's up? Thanks for having me. It's a great honor.
Heck yeah, we're happy to have you. How would you label We Harvest Shadows?
We Harvest Shadows is officially, I call it, a first-person farming horror allegory. And it's because I wanted to do a lot of weird things with this game. I wanted to make a beautiful horror game.
Yeah, if it's solo dev, it's
very
impressive.
personal, story-wise. I call it anti-cozy game, which you're probably wondering, how does that even work? I think a lot of us, we had a hard time during the pandemic, and like Animal Crossing, like that saved my life.
Extremely cozy.
Yes, extremely cozy. And I was like, I wonder if we can take this type of gameplay, which is relaxing, and twist it in an unusual way to make a gameplay experience that's unlike anything else. And so I want this game to be relaxing, but I also want it to be terrifying.
So I think an interesting part of that trailer is when you get your first objective on that notepad and it just says leave house, which seems like a simple thing, but I'm wondering in the game
this is the
itself,
first time I
is it
heard
gonna
about
be,
the Fox
like,
game,
a
but I do
mechanically
remember
difficult
there
thing
was
to do?
one that was really big. The
I
first
don't want
tree.
to spoil anything, but in the trailer, I wanted to show this main character, his mental state, and how his capacity is different. And maybe sometimes we want to judge people that, like, oh, they can't leave the house. What's the big deal? But I've had
first solo game
days
was
like that.
the
where
first
that's
tree
the
as well.
hardest thing in the world.
Interesting.
And I wanted these mental hurdles to become real, like they're figurative challenges, but they become like literal challenges.
And here's
and
another example,
sometimes
guys. Like,
literal demons.
This
in the
guy
game.
is
I've
showcasing
been
his
there
second
where
game or
leave
third
house
game,
is
I
a
don't know,
difficult
at
objective of the
Gamescom.
day. I've been there.
Solo
me
dev.
too.
No, I get that.
There you go.
What is something from that trailer
That's
you hope people
inspiring.
didn't miss?
There is like some hidden things in the trailer. There might be
Like
some
what?
there might be some eagle-eyed viewers, but a big theme of the game is that he wants to be alone forever, right? But he's actually being watched at all times. And so in the trailer there's a lot of hidden faces, scary things looking at him. So maybe people can go back and see if they can find him.
David Whaley, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great Gamescom.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks
I
again
don't want
to
to spoil
David
it the
for
ending, but
taking
the first
time
tree
to
does
do
something
this
really interesting
and
with its
bringing the
ending,
vibes
and I've
back
only seen
up.
it one game,
And I
one
think
other
now
game.
is as good a time as
Interesting.
any for a super
I'm
scary
definitely gonna
trailer
check
with
that one
biblical
out.
undertones.
This one looks good.
True horror often doesn't present itself in the way we expect or desire. But I will reveal to you the real horror.
Gives me amnesia vibes. Nice, nice. I'm not a fan of. Oh, wait a second. That's interesting. A game within a game? That's interesting.
Next up is a trailer that works better if I don't even set it up. So here's a good trailer to watch.
Stuck on a planet with nowhere to poop?
The juiciest burgers in the galaxy. Burger
What
Squirt.
the hell?
The Extreme Learning Smartbot from Hot Whiz.
I smush it down my throat.
Our new Ding Dong!
Greetings, brave explorer. We here at Alta Interglobal would like to welcome you to our newest venture. The
Yeah, why not?
colonization
We
of
can do
space.
that, Kurt.
You've spent almost a century hurtling through the universe in cryosleep, ready to begin your work on this strange alien planet. Unfortunately, changing market conditions have led
The
us to
hell
the
is this?
realization that space exploration is far too costly and unpredictable, and Alta has decided to cancel all future plans in space. I regret to inform you that you have therefore been made redundant. Your final check has been sent. We thank you for your service, and we hope you eventually find a way home. Good luck.
Is it like Revenge of the Savage Planet? Yeah, it looks very weird. I didn't see or play the first one, but this looks weird. Like fun weird, you know?
Next up, we've got Inzoi, which is a new life sim game. It's like The Sims, but more beautiful. If you are interested,
Yeah,
in getting a head start
I agree,
on
Kurt. Like,
creating
and I think that's the future of our
trailer
industry. Like, people need to realize that chasing trends is not the way to go. It's better to offer something unique and original. Yeah, this is not my type of game. I mean, it looks good from a 3D perspective, but it's not my type of game, like at all. It's like The Sims, right? So yeah, no. I understand there's an audience for this. It's just not me. Not me. Exactly. I love that quote, Kurt. A game for everyone is a game for no one. Yep. The Last Planet, Savage of the Planet something. Well, not for me as a content creator, Paulitos, but yeah, maybe for some streamers. Yeah, Revenge from the Savage Planet, I think was called. There you go. Smash 32, thank you. This feels like a very Japanesey game. Drive, it's definitely a tricky situation right now in the industry. We've mentioned this before. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that on Friday, about during our portfolio review. But if you
Welcome
want,
back to the Gamescom opening night live
yeah, like
2024
having a good portfolio is
pre-show,
definitely
where we
one
are
of the
getting people
best
excited
ways
for
to get a
big
job.
night of video game trailers by showing
And
you
networking.
more and more game trailers. And next up is another brand new game announcement.
I've always wanted to fly. The joy of it, the freedom of it. To just take your life in your hands and soar. I think that's in us all, isn't it? At least that's what my dad taught me.
That's a cinematic. I don't think it's engine. Directive 8020.
This might be hard for you to believe, but we have just one trailer left in this pre-show. You might remember, back at Summer Game Fest, Capcom announced that Terry Bogard would be joining Season 2 of Street Fighter 6. Then,
I'm not sure yet, Kurt. I'm not sure yet what we're gonna do next week for a birthday stream, but we'll plan something cool. Don't worry, it's gonna be available as well later.
In this moment,
have fun at the PAX.
Terry's about to power
I really want to go to one of those big conventions.
Here is
maybe
the
next
Street
year.
Fighter 6 Terry Bogard gameplay reveal.
Come on, get ready. Time for a beatdown.
Ah, nice. What was the name of the horror farm one? I don't remember. Anyone does? It was by the guy from the first stream, I think. Yeah, I haven't played Street Fighter 6. I played a lot of Street Fighter 5. I really haven't played the 6, but it looks good, man. Like, one thing that I've always liked about the animations is how heavy they look. Like, the hits really like feel like they're hitting someone.
Thank you for hanging out with me here and Mucho too. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so that was just the pre-show, guys. Let's see what we have now.
Please welcome your host, the creator of the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley.
We harvest shadows. There you go. We harvest shadows.
Guten Abend, Gamescom! And hello to everyone watching around the world. This is opening night live from beautiful Cologne, Germany. And we have our biggest live audience of fans ever here at Köln Messe. Over 5,000 people together as a community to celebrate our love of games. And of course, millions of you watching online around the world.
If I could work on a game Smash, I think I would like to work with the guys at Larian Studios for like an RPG. That would be very cool.
And this is our 6th opening night live. Now tonight, for the first time, we have a live sign language stream of ONL to make the show even more accessible. Thank you to Kaborski, who's signing the show right now. Thank you, Kaborski. Now, while the game industry certainly has faced challenges this year, I know that ONL will get you excited about what's to come later this year and in 2025 and beyond. Now, over the next 2 hours, you're going to see world premieres from studios big and small, including, yes, some new game announcements you're not expecting, and some surprises, so get ready. From Monster Hunter to Indiana Jones, Dune to Civilization, Call of Duty to Marvel Rivals.
Do you guys think Nintendo is going to do something?
The most anticipated games will be on stage tonight because they wanted to be here with you guys at Gamescom. And I am so honored and grateful.
It's just starting, Toasted. It's just starting, so you're fine. Well, we had the pre-show with a couple of trailers, but hey, even those 5 seconds, Davis, that's something. Like, I wish they talked more about it, but it's supposed to be a happy night.
All right, here's our first world premiere, a brand new game announcement. This one
Blizzard
hasn't
showing
leaked,
something?
and it's exclusive right here at ONL.
Oh. Oh, I think this is the game my friend's working at. What is this? Mass Effect? Borderlands. Interesting. Interesting. What the? Sci-fi Borderlands. That's interesting. We're gonna stream the whole thing, man. Sneaksy. So if you want to hang out, we're gonna be here.
Right. Borderlands 4 is coming in 2025. Next up, October 25th marks the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. To debut an extended look at the campaign gameplay, please welcome John Zuck and Catherine Anderson from Raven Software.
Yeah, I was not expecting Borderlands because it looked too sci-fi, I think. Borderlands in space.
Black Ops returns with an epic story and signature blockbuster action where players question everything and trust no one. It features an all-new campaign with 16 new multiplayer maps, with the return of classic prestige and
I hope they don't, Davis. That was the cinematic, so I hope the actual gameplay is more close to the comic book style.
Zombies and Warzone gameplay at the Call of Duty Next event on August 28th. And starting on August 30th, you'll be able to join the MP Open Beta to try out the brand new Omni Movement system for yourself. But today, we're here representing the Raven team, who's leading the campaign in partnership with Treyarch.
The Black Ops 6 campaign is set in the early 90s, a time of global turmoil and uncertainty as the Cold War comes to an end.
Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about, Paulitos. Like, I don't feel like Call of Duty has really redone or created something new in the last couple of years.
Troy Marshall and Jane Harrow, and Unbound by normal.
I mean, why would they, right? They've hit the jackpot, but
in the mission we're about to show you, our rogue team has targeted a senator attending a political fundraiser in order to gain access to a top-secret black site underneath Washington, D.C.
This is Most Wanted.
They always have top-notch graphics, though.
Get what we need from the senator, then grab Adler from the black site before anyone knows what's happened. Camera actually works.
Sometimes I surprise even myself.
Let's just hope Sev and Case can get the retinal scan.
Senator's on stage now. Use your camera to get a better look. The Senator isn't giving interviews tonight, and he doesn't go anywhere without his security detail. I've marked a few leads that could help get you closer.
Yeah, this is Black Ops 6.
Take your pick.
I got it on good authority that the Senator stole some sensitive information from the people I work for.
Who the hell are you? Blackmailing a senator with sex tapes. Can't beat the classics.
I've cleaned up another of your messes.
Lee Grisham, head of security for Aldrain Energy.
Grisham might be our way to McKenna.
I modified the infrared image to highlight the capillaries in the Senator's retina. It should have just enough resolution.
Please help. They took me during shift change. Knew our schedule somehow. Started shooting.
It must be Pantheon.
I like the atmosphere.
Is loud or quiet?
It looks interesting. But I think maybe I think you guys can agree. Like the campaigns from the original war, like Call of Duties, like the World War campaigns, were way more interesting.
Guess Woods got my message.
The old man says you're worth it. You better be right. Sev, we got the prize.
Yeah, the graphics are amazing.
I'll get out.
They're really good.
We've got party crashers up here.
Great. You good to go?
Am now.
Even from a gameplay perspective, I feel like the campaigns from the recent games are just shoot, mindlessly shoot stuff. In the other ones, it felt like there was a strategy, like go to a specific bunker and like stop this specific like part of the enemy advance, like something, right? Hey, well, I like that one. I remember that one from the original Black Ops.
Stay down. Nice work. These Pantheon guys literally sent the big guns after you, Adam.
It's more than they overstay their welcome. It's more like, I think, what someone was mentioning earlier, they just try to appeal to the broadest audience possible, right? Like, hit every single mark so that they can sell a bunch of things, which is fine. From a business perspective, it's fine. It's just that from a gaming perspective, you would hopefully wish for more interesting things, right?
Easier coming down. Here.
But that's the thing, Lord Tellum, they don't want to get more people. I think they're happy with their numbers. Of course, they always want to increase their numbers, but it's not like they want to win like an Oscar on freaking like innovation in video games. They just want to make more money. So that's why I understand that from a money perspective, just going for the safe stuff is fine. Cloudy, they usually are like 2 hours. This one's gonna be 2 hours, and we are like 10 minutes in. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
Thanks. Hope you have a plan B.
Same as plan A. Go up. We'll just take the scenic route. Let's get moving. We're ready for exfil. What's the play?
No play. This place is surrounded by cops. We can't reach you.
Damn. If we can't outgun them, we outrun them.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that.
Ever do anything like this before?
No. But I don't see any better options, and I'm running out of bullets.
Pantheon, 10 o'clock.
Keep them off here.
We're still here? My God, I thought we were gonna be in the next trailer now. Yeah, I don't usually, like, if I want to play Call of Duty, it's probably not gonna be for the campaign. It's usually the multiplayer, right, that gets you, like, hooked.
There you go, Black Ops 6, more coming.
Yeah,
at
Kennedy,
Call
I
of
think
Duty
it can
next.
definitely
And now I'm
affect
honored to introduce my co-host for Opening Night
that, but I
Live.
don't think you
know
can
her from her
patent
years of
everything,
hosting
right?
League
Like,
of
there's
Legends esports around the
some
world.
gray area right
Did you know
there.
that she got her start as a competitive Unreal Tournament player? That's right. Please join me in welcoming to ONL, Shocks.
And hello, Gamescom. Thank you for the warm welcome. Unreal Tournament, that is quite the throwback, but I am so excited to be here tonight revealing many of the games on Opening Night Live and highlighting events happening during this Gamescom
Wasn't
week.
she
In
from League of
Cologne,
Legends?
Gamescom really is the best week for games worldwide every year, and I am so stoked to be back here with you all celebrating it. Now, it is my pleasure to share a message from Gamescom to you, our gaming community.
Dear future me, I hope you are happy. I hope you visit wonderful places, that you have friends from places far away, and that you always have the best adventures, that you fight for the things you love, and that you love the things you do. Dear future me, my favorite thing in the world is to play. Do you like to play too?
Yes, the future is here and we are ready to play. Let's take a look at this fun trailer.
Now this is funny. I like that. That's interesting. Is that... Wait, is this Blizzard?
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross.
Oh no, they're just memes. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's from Skyrim, right? What the hell is this? GTA? I'm not sure what that is. What the hell is this? That was from the Assassin's Creed? Yeah, they definitely went there and back again. What the hell is... No, I think I know what this is. Isn't it like Goat Simulator or something like that? Yeah. It is, right? It has to be. Ah, that's amazing. Such a good trailer. Sure, sure. Let me turn it up a little bit. Yeah, it had to be. It had to be. That's a good one.
In my opinion, that
It's
looks
retarded,
like the
but it's so
goat
good.
of all remasters. Okay. Well, we are expecting hundreds of thousands of fans at Gamescom this year in person, but if you cannot be here with us, don't worry. You can join us virtually by going to Gamescom Global, where you can explore and discover what the world's gaming industry has in store for you. And our very own Gamescom studio is here with all-day coverage of the event, so tune in to Gamescom Studios broadcast by IGN on Twitch or on YouTube. Now, we have some news on Persona 3 Reload and its next DLC episode, Aegis, The Answer, coming on September 10th. It's time to reveal a surprising boss fight coming to the game.
It's just Goat Sim, but it's fun.
Tomorrow and all the days after it will be
I've been
March
playing
31st.
this one, but I haven't really advanced too much.
There is a strong connection between all of you and what's happening.
Let's just open it. Then we'll know. Something's wrong.
Oh shit.
Why is it after us?
Oh shit, that's good.
Here it comes.
Nice. That's a nice crossover. That's
Little
fun.
Joker fun there. All right. Next up, we have another new game announcement for you right here, exclusively at Gamescom Opening Night Live.
The tracks lead this way.
Another shooter.
It's close.
Predator?
Stay here. Stand guard.
Zombies?
Contact!
Where there was a full moon, so...
Every man has an animal within.
Yeah, werewolf.
If you push
Nice
too
catch,
much,
Lord Talon.
you might unleash the beast.
Looks pretty. Zombies. Dying Light. Oh, there you go. Dying Light. Is it a good game? I haven't tried it.
There you go. Kyle Crane is back in a new zombie adventure set in the Dying Light world with 20 hours of gameplay, a new open world region, and more in Dying Light.
Pretty fun.
Beast.
Nice, nice.
Next, today marks the launch for the most wish-listed game right now on Steam, and also, last I checked, the biggest single-player game ever on Steam with over 2 million concurrent players today, Black Myth Wukong from Game Science in China, which is also out on the PlayStation 5. And right now, we've got the reveal.
I'll try it. I'll
of the
try it. I
launch
think my
trailer
brother
for you.
has it on his library, so I might be able to borrow it. This looks so good, but I'm so bad at Souls games. This looks so cool. Should we get it? Should we get it and play it on next week's stream? It's on PC, right? It's more like action story driven than actual Souls. Okay, okay. Okay, closer to Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, no, it looks super pretty, man. Like, super pretty. And we might get it. There you go, Solid Mango. You like Dragon Ball Z. I like fighting games, but I don't like this style of fighting games, to be honest. My brother, he really likes, there was some Naruto ones, and he was good at them. I just don't get them. It's, I don't know, a very weird movement style. It looks very good. Yeah, it looks good.
Welcome back to Gamescom Opening Night Live here in beautiful Wargok.
Who's ready to roll? Live from the Construct Coliseum, it's time for everyone's favorite game, King of Meat! We joined recently kidnapped celebrity guest contender Jeff Keighley at the starting line.
Wait, starting line?
And that battle cry proves how committed Jeff is to any project. Let's check the soch with our sideline reporter.
This dungeon is throwing everything at these contenders.
I mean, it seems like a good idea, but gameplay, man. We gotta see some gameplay.
And the chat is blowing.
What is all this? Death traps, unapproved nicknames, and a giant horse trying to hoof me?
An eloquent and marketing-friendly description of the game, not to mention a perfectly timed transition to the world premiere trailer for King of Meat.
Ready for action? Ready for mayhem? Ready for gold and fame pouring from the sky?
Looks like Fall Guys? Like an extreme version of Fall Guys, maybe?
Are transformed into monstrous reality. It's like a nightmare in dungeon form.
Player co-op. Dungeons and Fall Guys. Yeah. It looks fun. I mean,
This is
Fall Guys, Mario Maker, yeah. I can see that. So this is from Amazon Games. That's interesting because they haven't really released too many things lately. But they've invested quite a bit of money.
Welcome back to Opening Night Live for real this time, and that was the announcement of King of Meat, an online co-op spectacle for 1 to 4 players from
I wonder if it's going to be
Glow-Made,
free to play.
Guildford, England, and Amazon Games for console and PC, and you can sign up at kingofmeat.com for future playtests. Now, one of the things I absolutely love about making these shows is that we get to introduce you to brand new games and teams like this one. To reveal their first game from their new studio, FuzzyBot, please welcome Tatania Dislova and Max Spielberg. Hello? Max? Guys, welcome to ONL. I'm very excited to share this game with the world. Can you tell us a little bit about your studio, first of all?
Yeah, well, first off, it's totally surreal to be here right now. We started the studio back in 2020, and the majority of us had come from the AAA side of the industry, and at the time we were just thrilled to have our own game, our own IP, and we could never expect being on this stage tonight at the end of that run.
The vision for our studio started with the idea of dreaming big and building smart. The concept for our first game, even early on, felt very unique and full of heart, and this helped us bring together a very passionate team of talented developers. It's through their skill, dedication, and true love for the game that we're able
it's
to
quite
be
like
here
cartoony
tonight,
stylized, but it
way
looks
beyond
good.
where we thought we'd be.
Well, I got to play this a few months ago with you guys. I had a ton of fun. Tell us a bit about your
I
game.
like colorful
Linked.
games. I
Yeah,
feel like
so our
the
debut
industry
game
goes
is
through these
called
cycles
Link,
and we
Banner
get
of the
super
Spark.
dark and
It's a
grimy
co-op
games.
action
And
hack and slash
having a
with
little bit of color
roguelike
here,
town
it's
building
good.
elements. And so we blended these ideas together to create this cozy yet highly kinetic action game for players to brawl, build, and befriend a crew of adorable robots. In it, it's the year 3000, and you're going to take on the role as one of the last remaining humans on planet Earth. Allying with a friendly bot faction, you're going to aim to take down the Combot army hell-bent on organic destruction. Players can play alone or with friends in this vibrant world of robots.
Most of our industry lord tell them we're
A simpler way
introverts.
that I like to describe it sometimes
So-
is you go out and fight the evil robots and then collect their body parts to build a sustainable town of your dreams while saving the cute ones. We are incredibly proud to finally reveal the delightful world of Linked Banner of the Spark, and we hope the players get as much joy out of playing it as we have building it.
Well, we're very excited to show it to the world for the first time. Let's take a look at the world premiere reveal trailer. Thanks, guys.
Okay. So it looks a little bit like Diablo, right? Like this sort of like modular top-down view. It's not necessarily isometric, but reminds me a little bit of Torchlight as well. Oh, it's also a simulation thing. Okay. Yeah, animations are really good.
Following will lead the logo from the
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Diablo thing. Well, what's the name of that genre? Is it like arena RPG or something like that, right? Yeah, it looks unique. That's a good thing.
Well, I think we can all agree on this fact. Fishing makes every video game better. Now, one of the things that I love about Gamescom is that it is a safe place for our diverse gaming family. And there is an amazing platform called Gamescom Cares that shares social and environmental responsibility projects that we care
like
deeply
Animal Crossing
about.
or
Thanks to all of our
Stardew Valley
partners
mixed
who
with
help to make
combat.
this happen. You can learn more by scanning the QR code below. And now, the first look at the gameplay of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, a narrative adventure from the creative minds behind Life is Strange.
Oh. These are very story-driven games, right?
Honestly, Swan, I'm glad, but slightly surprised that you showed up tonight.
When I saw your text, all these memories came flooding back.
Hey, she actually showed. Welcome!
I remembered Nora, her energy.
Shit! Where's my fucking pick?
The Tharp one's her favorite.
I remembered you.
Nice one, Autumn.
You were the coolest. Skateboarder's wisdom. Never land on your wrist.
I want to see you skateboard, Autumn. I remembered Kat.
Whoa, watch out!
She was like a firecracker.
Fuck! This is serious. We're gonna need a real band name.
How about Bloom and Rage?
How could I forget?
Yeah, I think I agree with you there, right, Rickon? It's not my type of game either, but I do understand.
Last
like,
week,
it looks very good.
My mom found a package on her doorstep.
Wait.
It's like this mystery thing, right? And a lot of like narrative focus.
In trouble?
Yeah, I like it.
You'll excuse me if today's sermon is a little different, but today is not a normal Sunday. I wanted to tell you all, we failed in our duty to God. We were told about all of this. And these here are the last days of this earth. I know this is
Oh, is this? I was thinking Left 4 Dead, but no, right? That would be. It's not the style, really. No more room in hell. Yeah, it's a good zombie. Zombies
That
are
game
always
looks
good.
great. It's a new look at the 8-player co-op of No More Room in Hell 2.
8-player,
Torn
that's
Banner
cool.
up in Canada, where there are deadly consequences of not sticking close to your teammates, and I cannot wait to check that one out. All right, our next game, it's been a long time coming for this next one. At the Game Awards in 2021, Embark Studios revealed Arc Raiders, a game that immediately struck a chord with players around the globe. A stunning future Earth where menacing Arc machines threaten humanity's attempts to rebuild. Well, Arc Raiders has evolved a lot since then, and now it's finally time for some news on what's next for this exciting action survival shooter.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah, I agree. Zombie games can be a little bit like comfort food, right? Like, it's a safe bet, pretty much. Like everyone likes killing zombies.
Look at us now.
raiders. Playing with fire. Everything to lose. But even more to gain.
Not much to go on from there, but it looks interesting. They really went for the bizarre trailers this time around. This seems like a game that my wife might like. I'm not sure it's for me. I'm guessing it's like some sort of Pokemon thing? Not sure, it looks like the monsters and exploration looks action-y, maybe? Open world game. There you go. Interesting. Yeah, Power World. Oh, Warhammer. Oh no. Yeah, Warhammer. Nice. Come on, they should. Why did they do this? They should show a little bit of gameplay. Otherwise, it's just like, what is it? Wait, aren't those the guys from the like MOBA that got, yeah, Paragon? There you go. Those were amazing characters, by the way. Are they bringing it back? I never played it, but I did download the characters when they offered them because you could study so much from their forms, anatomy, materials. Like, the way they did the art direction for this game was insane. But I don't understand what this is. Are they, like, bringing it back? Predecessor. But what the hell is it? Because I remember back in the day when Paragon was closed. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so when Paragon closed, they gave away all the assets. So you can go in there and you can download the assets and you can make your own game. So it seems like this is what they did.
It is nearing release, and tonight, yes, we do have news on the early access date. Check this out.
My son, are you clear of mind and stout of heart?
I am.
I'm interested in this one because I wasn't really, like...
Are you ready to sacrifice?
I really didn't click with Diablo 4.
To become the savior.
So let's see if this one...
I will.
Works a little bit better.
Do you have the strength to sweep aside this world and build it anew?
I must.
Yeah, Path of Exile always has a really cool, like, art for the size of the studio that they are. Because they're not as big as Blizzard, of course. But they do have some really cool shit. That looks like a very cool boss.
Are you ready to fulfill your destiny?
Yes. I am ready.
November 15, early access. Interesting.
Well, that looks absolutely great. Can't wait for that one. And now, Gamescom is known for the cosplay. The vision and dedication cosplayers put into their craft is an inspiration to us all. And to see these amazing cosplayers, you can tune in to the Gamescom Cosplay Awards on Saturday, August 24th at 5 p.m. And if you're into indie games, who isn't, you can watch the best indies of Gamescom in our Gamescom Awesome Indie Show tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Twitch and YouTube. Enjoy exclusive announcements and interviews all packed into an exciting one-hour show hosted by Shay Thompson. Plus, the Gamescom event arena, that is where I am standing right now and all of you are. It is the biggest and most elaborate stage at Gamescom featuring not only opening night live, but additional live shows featuring creators, gaming events, and esports competitions that you can watch either in person or by tuning in online. Now, up next is a first look at the gameplay of June Awakening, the open-world survival MMO, and news
it's an
on
MMO.
when it's going to be released.
Oh, I did not know that.
There is another path for you.
That's ambitious.
Awaken.
Oh, it looks a little bit on the low poly side, don't you think, guys?
You begin as a nameless prisoner. Sculpt your appearance, choose your background, and then crash into the planet. You are abandoned and alone. Hunted by sandworms. Scorched by the unforgiving sun.
Feels a little
ravaged
bit rushed,
by sunstroke.
maybe?
Stick to the shade. Chase the moving shadows. Survive. Welcome to Arrakis, the most dangerous planet in the universe. Meet hundreds of
Reminds
other
me a little
players
bit of the Star
in the
Wars
vast
MMO from a couple
online
years ago.
world.
Well, several years ago.
Befriend or betray those you meet. Form a wary alliance. In this case, a spit dart rifle and a still suit for your help taking down territorial deserters. Working with others will always increase your chance of staying alive. The Deserter Base.
Arrakis,
Climb
Kennedy.
to a
It's
vantage
Arrakis. That's the
and
name of the
prepare
Dune
for
planet.
violence. Your choice of weapons and abilities determines your strategy. Swordmasters lead the charge into battle, literally. Repel ranged
Yeah,
attacks
I'm a little bit
with a
surprised
shield,
about the
and
characters
then
as well.
take
They do
them
look a
out,
little bit on
one
the
by
simple.
one.
I wouldn't say
Deploy the
basic, more
Hunter
like
Seeker
simple.
and kill from the shadows. Take what you can from the Fallen. On Arrakis, nothing of value is wasted. Mine, harvest, and gather with your group to build bases and unlock more advanced equipment, like the blood purifier.
Maybe it's more like a simulator?
Refine the blood you
Not
collected from
because when I hear MMO, I think about World of Warcraft, of course, which is a little bit more like
using fabricators.
raids and dungeons and things like that. This
Replicate
one looks a
your
little bit more
bases
like
in new locations
Rust, maybe
with the blueprint
Like
system, and then sell blueprints of your architectural wonders
based or something.
to other players. Lead your group to become a guild.
I'm not exactly
On
sure,
Arrakis,
Tadeo, but
a
I would say
nameless prisoner
they need a
can
publisher
rise,
at least, and
construct
I'm guessing
an
they need to
ornithopter,
pay.
and take to the air. The
They need
world
to pay
is
for their
yours to
spot.
claim.
Everything is a commercial at the end of the day.
The in-game radio provides insight into key events happening across Arrakis. Map the desert. Discover landmarks.
Oh man,
wrecked
the
ships,
flickering is
and desert testing stations
too much.
filled with forgotten technology.
Is it
Arrakis
procedurally
is a vast
generated?
planet.
Is it
You can explore unique
like
locations,
handmade? Like
uncover
it's a lot of
valuable
questions.
resources, and search for secrets amongst
Because now
the
I'm getting
shifting
like
dunes.
No Man's Sky vibes.
And then return to civilization triumphant with what you found. Harko village throngs with people, spice traders, guild bankers, smugglers, house envoys, and of course, other players. Here, you will pledge allegiance to one of the great houses of Dune, the Harkonnen. But remember, to play politics, you need power. And on Arrakis, spice is power. In
Yeah,
the
I also
deep
remember
desert
the movies
beyond the shield
were
wall,
more like close
hundreds
combat.
of players scour the landscape, hunting for spice. Every spice blow has the potential to become a heated battle, with multiple guilds vying for the precious melange.
You know what? It's actually
Even
giving
when it
me
looks
like
defeat is inevitable.
what's this
Those
game with
who
like the ships
understand
and
desert
space?
power
Very famous one.
can
PvP as well.
awaken Arrakis
It
itself.
seems to have a lot of PvP stuff. Like maybe that's their target audience. Yeah, EVE Online. Yeah, that one. So it kind of like it's giving me that vibe of like fighting against others in this sort of like ever evolving world, not like World of Warcraft, which is an MMO, but you're mostly fighting against the game itself. This one seems to be fighting against other players.
You can't have a June game
So,
without
yeah.
the Sandworms, and the Sandworm summoning begins when June Awakening drops on PC early 2025. So the wait is not that long. And now, here is a reveal of a new game from Tarsier Studios.
Mihit,
the
you're trying to
creators
join
of
the
Little
Discord.
Nightmares
David,
1 and 2.
can you send the Discord link on YouTube again? We'll send the link, Mihit, in just a second. Oh, Little Nightmares was good. That's an amazing studio, by the way. They do some really cool stuff. Really creepy. Nice. Is it gonna be Little Nightmares 3, or is it or just on the same style? Has some very similar style. So freaking creepy, man. I love this. No, so it's like a spiritual successor, maybe. Different story, probably, but same style. Nice.
That was Reanimal, the next big entry in the cozy game genre. Now, would you like to discover the secret contents of Gamescom and receive cool rewards? Well, meet Epi, the robot on our website RPG Gamescom Epics. Prove your nerd know-how, solve tricky puzzles, win prizes.
It definitely
gather
looked like it
trading
was
cards,
part of the
digital
universe,
trading
Michael.
cards, and
Like
jump from level
like
to level
artistically,
until the
or
final boss.
the art style
spawns.
was pretty much the
Scan
same
the QR
thing.
code below, and the adventure can begin. Now, in its fourth year as an evolving open-world adventure, today Genshin Impact is unveiling more about the sixth nation of Natlan, which will be
I like
released
Genshin
on
Impact.
August
I know it
28th.
gets a bad reputation,
And
but I like
we
Genshin
also have
Impact.
some news about when the game will be coming to Xbox.
Oh no! What the hell was that? There we go. And I like the new region is based on like Mesoamerican cultures as well, so that's gonna be fun. I haven't tried CCC. I don't want to try it because I know that if I try it and I like it, I'm gonna lose a lot of time. So I can only have one like active game at a time, and right now it's Genshin. I've been playing it on and off since release, so I got a good amount of characters. Yeah, I've heard good things about Wuthering Waves as well. But again, I just don't have the time to play as many games.
For the Lord of the Night!
Woohoo! Catch an epic wave! Whoosh!
Oh, interesting. I mean, I don't play it on Xbox, but yes, I do pay. I buy the Welkin Pass, and I buy the Welkin Moon and the like, Battle Pass or whatever. Not every time, but every now and then. So I have invested a little bit of money on the game.
Here at Gamescom, Capcom has an incredible booth. But now, to tell us more and show us more, please welcome to the Gamescom ONL stage, Ryozo Tujimoto from Capcom. Ryozo-san.
Oh, yes. Here we go, guys. This is the one I've been waiting for. This is my highlight of the night. This is the one that I really want to play.
はい、ドイツの皆様、配信をご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。今日は、モンスターハンターワイルズの最新の映像を持ってきました。まずは、この、時間を作っていただきましたジェフさん、本当にありがとうございます。
Hello to all of my friends in Germany and to the millions watching around the globe. I'm really thankful that Jeff has invited me to the opening night live stage so I can share a new Monster Hunter Wilds trailer with everyone.
今日のですね、今回ですね、ゲームズコンでは、初のプレイヤブル出展も行っています。今後ですね、世界の、いろんなさまざまな地域で、このようなプレイヤブルの出展も、考えていますので、そちらも期待していただけたらと思います。それでは最新の映像をご覧ください。
Before we debut the trailer, I just want to express how excited I am to kick off our season of Monster Hunter Wilds hands-on demos starting at Gamescom. Now, let's take a look at the latest trailer.
It would be amazing if they release the demo for PC as well.
My word. Is this a Lollabarina floret? We must be near its nest.
Oh yes, new monster, guys. Nice. I hate spiders, but oh my god, that's so cool. Nice, there's gonna be followers, that's cool. They introduced that on Rise and it was really good.
We could do a lot worse for an interim camp.
Hey, that's the chef.
Once your business here is concluded, you should find shelter. The sands come alive this time of year, like a wild beast bristling with lightning.
From the look of it, that must be this
Oh
region's apex
shit.
predator. Guild permission granted.
That's so cool, man.
Understood.
Wow. Nice, nice. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, this is gonna be such a fun game. I'm definitely gonna be streaming this one, guys, because it's just gonna be so cool. No, it's not a Seregios. It's not a Seregios. Monster Hunter, what the game is about? Monster Hunter is about hunting monsters. That's it. That's the gameplay loop. Nice. Oh, that looks so tasty. There you go. What's my main weapon? I usually play Charge Blade and bow. So I'm probably gonna be playing those two.
Lies at every turn. Treasure.
However, I saw the Sword and Shield and it looked pretty cool as well, so I might go Charge Blade and Sword and Shield.
Destiny. Everything lost is meant to be found.
Lance is good. The first time I started playing Monster Hunter, I picked Lance because I was afraid of all of the monsters. Then got used to it, so changed to something more damage oriented. But yeah, Lance is good. Yeah, Charge Blade is just so good.
Want a little taste of Shiranui fire?
What's this, like King of Fighters or something? Oh, it's Capcom, right? We're going through Capcom stuff, so yeah. Or is it, what's the name of this? Isn't it from the one from Terry Booker? No, it's not Terry Booker.
Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
Fatal Fury, there you go, Fatal Fury.
Escort reactor core and upgrade Bunker City's power facilities. St. Dino's have also
Yeah,
set their sights on this
they've showcased this one before.
the escort before them.
I'm not a huge fan of this sort of like sci-fi mech warrior things, but I'm always so freaking impressed by the modeling that it's required for these characters. Like most of these things are like the hard part of this, like mech suits and things, is the modeling. Texturing and everything else is fairly easy, I would say, because it's mostly procedural. But the modeling, damn, like that hard surface modeling is just too impressive. How would I rate the Dune game? I'm not sure, man. Cause when they said MMO, I thought about World of Warcraft, so like Epic Quest and things like that, and it seems more like a survival, sort of like a resource-based like MMO. So it's not really my cup of tea, to be honest.
That was a new look at Mecha Break, the multiplayer mech game. Okay, next we have something exciting for fans of Monument Valley,
yeah,
the
Armored
beautiful
Core
twisted puzzle game that we all played about a decade ago when it was first released in 2014. Well, tonight we are revealing Monument Valley 3, coming later this year from Us 2 in London and Netflix Games. I played this. It is an absolutely beautiful, stunning game, and we've got your first look right now.
Now that's a cozy game. And this is one of the things that I love about our industry. You can have so many different styles, art, things, gameplay elements, like so many variations. There's something for everyone, right? Yeah, exactly, Alpha. It kind of looks like a little bit like the Dune game. Vitaly Volgarov is really good for hard surface as well, Kurt. Lamensa, it's of course really, really good. That I don't love. Exclusively on Netflix games. So you're gonna have to play it on Netflix, like on your TV, on your iPad or something. I mean,
Monument Valley 3 drops exclusively on Netflix December 10th, 2024. Now, first released in 1991, Civilization is one of the gaming industry's biggest franchises. And here at Gamescom, we are revealing the gameplay of Civilization 7 for the first time. To tell us more, please welcome Ed Beach from Firaxis Games.
Thank you, Shocks. Thank you, Gamescom. It's hard to believe that it's been almost 8 years since Firaxis released our last Civilization game. So we're incredibly honored
this is Civilization
to be here
7,
tonight
it
at
seems.
Gamescom talking about Civilization 7.
If you like Elden Ring, I think you're gonna
7.
like Monster Hunter. It's not like a Souls-like game. It's not that
is
hard.
By far the
but
biggest,
it's sort of like that
most
same
ambitious
gameplay
game
loop of
Firaxis
bosses
has
all the
ever
time.
Made. Everything from its new gameplay features to its gorgeous new art style is designed to immerse you in your own journey through history. Please join us after opening night live on the Firaxis Game Twitch channel for our official gameplay showcase, where we'll deep dive into what's new in Civ 7 and finally reveal our new in-game narrator. On behalf of the team at Firaxis Games who has worked so hard on this game, I'm so excited to finally give the world its first look at Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
It's not like Age of Empires,
Please
right?
Enjoy.
It's a different
Civilization
gameplay.
was a game that was created during a time when we were just discovering what games could be. And we said,
Is
let's
it like
put the
Total
entire
War then?
history of the world into a game and make it fun.
Like the Total War games, like Rome and all those. Closer than Edge, but not exactly. Okay, okay. Oh, it looks very pretty. Is it like Spore? Did you guys play Spore back in the day? That was a fun game. Yeah, Spore was nice. February 11th. Wow, that's quite soon.
Ever since we first reached for the stars, we've been asking ourselves, what else is out there? And more importantly, can we drive on it? Space.
Is this what's the name of this game? From the guys from Bethesda, right? Oh, what's the name? It's a sci-fi game. Starfield, there you go. Starfield. Yeah, Starfield. So they're just using this moment to announce a new vehicle?
Velocity at unsafe levels.
Starfield DLC?
The Rev 8 has landed.
Well, at least it's free. That's good. I didn't play the game. I heard not so great things about it, unfortunately. Starfield Shattered Space. I guess that's the DLC then.
There's 2 bits of Starfield news for you and a confirmation of the expansion Shattered Space that is coming out on September 30th. Now it's time for an exclusive update on Marvel Rivals, the upcoming hero shooter from NetEase Games and Marvel Games. Tonight at ONL, we're revealing 2 new heroes who are joining the game with a first look at their gameplay.
Is Marvel Rivals gonna be a what's the word? A free-to-play game?
Among the stars, Wakanda found a new home and a new hope. The source of vibranium, the foundation of an empire.
I love the art style of this new game, to be honest.
Snap out of it, Bucky.
No.
Not so fast!
Your battle's over.
Stick around! Armed and
Nice. Yeah, I hope it is free to play. Otherwise, I don't know. I think it's a little bit late to the party after Overwatch and all of the shooters. Yeah, it's very Overwatchy. It's very Overwatchy. The Overwatch that's not Overwatch. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Nice, Dr. Doom. I'm printing the 3D, the Doom masks, by the way. It's printing right now. I'll show some pictures on the Discord later today. There you go. All heroes unlocked and free to play at launch and beyond. That's nice. That's good news.
Well, I'm sure everyone who played the beta wanted to know Marvel Rivals will launch on December 6th, 2024. Now, Gamescom always strives to help the environment, and the event runs on 100% renewable energy and is climate friendly thanks to ongoing measures to reduce CO2 emissions. Exhibitors participate in the Gamescom Goes Green initiative by reusing their booth builds or avoiding single-use material.
Thanks
and
for
yes,
being here.
fans are planting more and more trees in the Gamescom forest. The forest has been growing since 2020 thanks to all of your engagement. And all of you can still help, of course. You can plant your tree
Arturo
in the
Granados
Gamescom
dice,
forest
sacaron un juego
today.
incompleto, sinceramente.
And with
Yeah, that's
that,
what I
it is
heard
time
as
to
well. That
reveal
it felt
the winner
very
of the
empty.
Gamescom Sustainability Award. This award celebrates an organization in the global game industry committed to sustainability
Well,
and
Rivals
the
hasn't
environment.
released it,
Presenting the
so
award, please welcome back Lisa Puck
Still
with Playing for the Planet.
So I guess we're still waiting to see if it's going to be a good game or
Hi,
not.
Shucks, and hello, Gamescom. Thank you for having me again.
Well, it is our absolute pleasure, Lisa. And in case some people don't know and need a quick refresher, Lisa represents Playing for the Planet, an alliance of gaming organizations committed to taking climate action under the official umbrella of the United Nations. So how are things, Lisa?
Things are going great, thank you. With 3.3 billion people around the
Oh,
world
nice,
playing
Blackstorm.
video games, we
That's
encourage
cool. Started
everyone
Searush,
to
yeah.
make a difference.
And we got a
wherever
couple of
possible.
Absolutely, and
couple of
3.3
free videos there on the
billion
YouTube
players
channel,
is
and
so,
of course the
much.
premium
So
courses.
do you have any tips for our players on supporting this great initiative?
So as for
Yes,
tips, focus on the
definitely.
form,
It's as
focus on proportion.
easy as remembering
Make sure
to set up
you
energy
feel
saving
comfortable with the
modes to
interface,
avoid
like moving around.
unnecessary energy consumption.
That's pretty much it to
Or
start.
switching to renewable energy electricity services at home to reduce
Oh, really,
your
Jose
carbon
Pablo? Like
Everything will make
blatant
a
copy?
difference.
Absolutely.
That
Every
sucks.
bit helps. Those are great tips, and I already utilize some of those myself, and I hope a lot more people will. But now let's celebrate some of the amazing work already done by gaming companies.
Yes, that would be happy to do that. Anyone can set ambitious decarbonization targets, but delivering on that goal and turning it into emission reductions demands a clear and actionable plan, as well as collaboration. And this year's winner has proven that it's possible to deliver ambition with execution across the board. And this year's winner of the Gamescom Sustainability Award is Tencent Games. And here to accept the award is Brand Irvine, the Vice Chairman of Tencent Games.
Aren't Tencent the guys that own League of Legends now?
Thank you.
Does being
first of
reliant
all,
on
let me
Megascan
say on
assets for
behalf of
concept
Tencent
art
Games
is
how
viable?
honored
Yeah,
we are
totally
to,
viable. If it's for
receive this
concept, it's
award.
totally viable. If it's for
You know,
production,
Tencent Games,
you might need to optimize
encompasses
some
a
of
lot
the
of
assets.
things,
Kennedy.
everything from in-house studios like Timmy, global studios like Shark Mob,
Tencent are the
to
bad
our
guys.
global publishing arm, Level Infinite. What they all share is a commitment to operating our business in a sustainable way. We are committed to carbon neutrality by 2030 and really want to thank all of our studios, all of our partners, but most of all of our players whose support is essential
I know that
to
Tencent
helping
has
us drive our
like a big chunk of the industry.
efforts to,
I honestly
our
am
efforts
not
have
up to
positive
date
change
with
within
the
industry.
drama,
Thanks
so I'm
again,
not
and
sure
back
how
to the
good or
games.
bad they are. But
Congratulations,
I know
Tencent
they're
and
big.
Brent Irvin. But that is not our only award. Everyone here and at home can vote for their favorite games playable at Gamescom in this year's Gamescom Awards. You can visit Gamescom now to help decide the winners. Voting will only be open until Thursday, August 22nd at 2 p.m. And the awards will then be celebrated this Friday at 2 p.m. at Gamescom Studio. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Shocks. You're doing a great job tonight. All right, we got something really special for you. Please welcome Deadpool director, creator of
See you,
Love,
Davis.
Death, and Robots, and the
See you soon, my
co-founder
friend.
of Blur Studio, Tim Miller.
Oh, Blur Studio. That's a great studio. Someone was asking me, that's another place where it would be very cool to work at.
Thank you, Jeff. Blur Studio has been making cinematics for over 30 years now. That means classics like Quake, Star Wars, Warhammer, Call of Duty, and dozens more. And we do this because we fucking love video games. And every time a trailer comes online, we see hundreds and hundreds of comments from the fans, like, why don't we see a movie like this? Or why can't we have a series like this? And we could not agree more, which is why we are so excited.
Yeah,
to
they've been
share
doing
this
cinematics
series
for a
with you.
long time.
15 original episodes created in collaboration with Amazon Studios and the publishers and developers of some of the world's greatest games. I'm talking new titles, existing games, indies, and classics. So we've been working on this show for 3 years. I get a little upset, choked up, sorry. I cry a lot. Sorry.
Yeah, he looks very passionate. That's awesome.
All right, we've been working on it for 3 years, and I'm very emotional because I'm so excited. And it's finally time, so please enjoy the world premiere teaser of Secret Level.
Yeah, they've been creating some of the most amazing cinematics in the past decades.
It is our love letter to games, and you can watch the series on Amazon Prime Video on December 10th. Not too far now, so enjoy. Thank you.
Nice.
It's time. This world has waited for your arrival. It is you. You will open the door. Because you are the chosen.
This looks so good, man.
All those moments. It's a new adventure.
Was that Mega Man?
Just for you.
That looks like Mega Man, dude. Yeah, there it was, Mega Man. Nice.
Come in. You have a game to play.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Was that Pac-Man? That's so cool.
Hero The gods have taken an interest in your odyssey. Try not to disappoint us.
That was an amazing game as well. I mean, it's a weird shift from what we just saw, but Age of Mythology was freaking awesome as well.
No matter what armies you face, what power you wield, or what creatures you unleash,
I remember using the cheat code to get the flying bears. Oh, Canada.
to write your own legend.
No, this is not Blur anymore. This is Microsoft. That's why I'm saying it was a weird shift going from the Blur stuff to this one, but it's fun. This one's fun.
Play it day one with Game Pass. The tower is the only sanctuary we have left. Together, we can give our people the hope we need to survive.
Thank you, Alpha Omega. Yeah, I'll see you back. We're gonna have portfolio review this weekend or on Friday, so make sure to tune in if you wanna check some stuff there. Is that Battlefield? No, right. And then we're gonna do like a Black Hawk Dawn thing, right?
Asara Guard declared occupants of Zero Dam on June 8th following an attack.
The conflict between the Asara Guard and Havoc threatens the balance of the world. The Asara Guard is a tempest of disorder, sowing chaos wherever it roams. But we are home to strike at their very core.
Yeah, it looks like a remake or something.
Havoc has cutting-edge technology, but is built on exploitation and suffering. United, we will plunge into the chaos.
I'll be right back, guys.
To find the spark of peace. We are GTI. No one gets left behind.
Which we are announcing is coming to Steam Next Fest in October in advance of its early access release later this year. All right, let's head back to the Middle Ages for a new look at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with its authentic rendition of 15th century Bohemia as an action role-playing game.
I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, and if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences.
I intend to wage war, not parley.
Everything all right, eh? We need more people.
The best thing would be to recruit from your old comrades.
Well, if they're not already swinging on the gallows somewhere.
Will you help us, Henry?
What game is this? Now I feel lost. Oh, I think we saw it at Summerfest as well, right? Yeah, Kingdom Come. There we go. Yeah, that one looks good. That one looks really good. It's like a simulator as well, right? Like it's a little bit more realistic than like a Skyrim or something like that. Assassin's Creed 10.
There is much more from that game coming this week during Gamescom. Now, last month, the ARPG Zenless Zone Zero was released from Hoyoverse, and now we've got the debut of a brand new area of new Eridu. Check it out.
Like Skyrim, but 1,000 times better? I'm definitely gonna check it out then. I haven't tried this one, but to be honest, I prefer either fantasy like Genshin or sci-fi like Honkai. This one, like the in-between, I've never been a huge fan of this like cyberpunk style. Yeah, it's a gacha game. How's the combat? Has anyone played this one? Is it turn-based combat or is it like action like Genshin? Yeah, like Hoyoverse has really been like delivering some really cool stuff. I mean, of course they have their style, anime and that stuff, but like I think they're the kings on their own sort of like stuff. Guess that's a new character.
The man who came had tan skin and wielded 2 swords, one black and one white.
Wow,
they slashed directly at the general's head.
Almost equal to General
See, that's Honkai, right? Star Rail.
I know her well.
You do? I know all her
Hack and
deeds on the
slash. Okay,
battlefield
okay.
by heart.
Nice.
Such as when General Fei Xiao fought her way in and out of enemy ranks 7 times. With a single strike, she knocked down 100 enemies.
Okay, so similar to Genshin, but nothing with the combos. I like the combos in Genshin. I really like the elemental reaction stuff. Honkai is turn-based. That's why I didn't like it as much. I like the character design, but I didn't like the combat.
Look! In the form of a beast, rushing forward like lightning, General Fei Xiao shouted among the ruins!
Are you my master?
Yeah, Kid and PL. I mean, that's part of the appeal, their appeal, I guess. If it helps them sell, well, it sells.
Little girl, do you know how to get to the seat of divine foresight?
Yeah, again, I don't have time to grind on so many games, so I've only been playing Genshin. I mean, I used to play gachas before Genshin, and they were not the first to do that sort of like cel-shaded style. There were others. It's just like anime style, to be honest. They did give it a little bit more for
tease, and that was a
artsy style, I would say. Because it's not really hand painted, but it doesn't look like comic book style. So.
Okay, now we're heading to the Arkhamverse for Batman Arkham Shadow.
Yeah, exactly. They were not as big as
Genshin. It is a completely new Arkham story exclusive to MetaQuest 3. I've played a demo of this, and I have to say the team, Camouflage, has done an incredible job bringing the world and combat into VR. And here is your first look at the actual gameplay, a gameplay trailer for Batman Arkham Shadow.
This rat cult spreads through Gotham like a plague. I have to stop it, even if it consumes me.
The corrupt system has failed you. Are you not angry? Fight back!
It's the freaking Bat! We aren't afraid of you! The Bat dies tonight!
Jim, this Rat King could be anywhere. A face in the crowd, a foot soldier in his own
Yeah, the old Batman
mob.
games were really cool, like the Arkham Asylum
So
ones.
how in the hell
really
do we
nice.
find him?
Targets are all city employees.
civil servants, public officials.
I mean, Batman is... I think it's the top-selling character from DC, right? Similar to how Spider-Man is like the top-selling one from Marvel. Batman, they're never gonna stop milking him. Never.
Now we do it mine.
It's their golden goose.
Something big's going down tonight.
It's... yeah, I think it's not bad. Like, that's what we do here in the studio. We do VR developments. So, it's not bad. We really like it. It's a really fun technology. But I do think that it's very niche. It's not as accessible as others. It's way easier to just grab your phone and play a game than it is to set up the whole sort of like VR headset and get ready. But the immersion that you get from the VR games, it's like unmatchable. Like, you really feel like you're in there. At the museum, we've had kids that like get really scared on the game, even though the dinosaurs are very like simple. So it messes up with your brain like quite in a very
that
weird
trailer
way.
was
So
buzzing,
it's really
and the whole
interesting.
city is buzzing during this week of games. And this weekend, the
Well,
heart
it's not
of
as
our
extensive
beloved gaming
deal
metropolis, Cologne,
or
will
expensive.
transform
Nowadays
into
you
the
can get like a
vibrant
Quest 2 for
Gamescom
like
City
$200
Festival.
$300
There will
bucks.
be great music
But
on
at the same
3
time, you can get a
stages in the
Switch for
city
like
center of
$200
Cologne.
$300.
On
So
both
that's
days,
where
with
people
another
are like, no, I'd
100,000
rather have a
guests.
Switch than a
Now, if you
VR
haven't
headset
been
because
there
I
yet,
will
you
be
should
using the Switch
definitely
more
go
than the
and
headset,
check it
right?
out. That is what's happening in Cologne, and also people from more than 100 countries are here. But Gamescom has fans all over the world.
Good luck,
and I have
Snixie.
good
Good
news.
luck. It's not that
Gamescom
difficult
is
Spanish once you
heading
get the
to
hang of
other
it.
continents.
Craney,
The first Gamescom LATAM took place in June and exceeded all of our
the difference
expectations
between
with
3D
over
concept arts and
100,000
3D
fans
environments,
immersed in the
I'm not
gaming
sure I
universe.
understand
It was a
that.
fantastic show, and next year it's going to be even
We use
bigger.
MetaQuest 2 and MetaQuest 3
And?
for our development.
Gamescom Asia
of them.
returns this October. You can join in on the fun and the entertainment area to find out all about the games, the stage shows, cosplay, and much more.
Oh my
The
god.
ticket shop is already
Today
open,
we're getting
or
so
you can
many
also tune in
spam
to our
bots here
online
on
show
freaking
Prime Time on October
Twitch
17th.
now.
Now, who is ready for another
Guess that's a
world
good sign.
premiere?
Let's see.
Announced
I'm guessing they're
last
still
year
holding
at
like a big
ONL.
surprise. We're
Here is a
hitting
new
like
look
we're just
at
like
Little
probably like 30
Nightmares
minutes away
3.
from this thing ending. So they're probably gonna save the best for last, right? Oh, so Little Nightmares 3 as well. There you go. So we're getting the other one, the animal thing or beastie thing, right? And then this one. That's cool. That's really cool. These are so unique, man. Like the art style, the atmosphere, it's so good. Reminds me a lot of like Tim Burton stuff, like the old stuff, right? Coraline. Oh yeah, that's definitely more pricey, man. Like here in Mexico, that's still like the price, like $500 for like a MetaQuest 3. So it is pricey. Yeah, I totally agree there. There is a story. I don't follow the lore. I only briefly played the first one, but I know that there's like a story behind the Little Nightmares thing. So it's not just creepy puzzles. The hell is that? Oh, nice, man. Craney, yes, I see what you mean. So what I meant there is when you're creating concept pieces, all you care about is the final image. Just a final image to demonstrate your idea, right? Your design. So it really doesn't matter, poly count doesn't matter, texture size doesn't matter. It's just about generating the image. For games, poly count does matter, texture size does matter. So that's where using a lot of mega scans or a lot of like different things can be complicated in a production or for a production from a production perspective. Hurtling, interesting. I mean, the Firewatch game was really good as well, so I'm confident these guys are gonna make something interesting there. It does look a little bit desaturated, but that's just my personal take.
You guys like that one? That's a beautiful game, hurdling from Panic and Okamotive, and I'm so glad we could share that with you tonight. All right, Gamescom, we have a special guest.
You're welcome,
joining
Craney.
us
You're
next.
welcome.
I grew up playing his games, and many of you did too. Titles like Populous, Dungeon Keeper, Magic Carpet, Theme Park, Black and White, and Fable. And tonight he's here to reveal his brand new game, which he's secretly been working on for the past 3 years. Please join me, Gamescom, in welcoming to ONL, Peter Molyneux.
So this guy was a legend, but then the last couple of Fables were not as great, I think. Let's see what he has.
Wow. He's back.
What an incredible honor it is to be here on the stage with Jeff.
This guy, Peter Molyneux,
he's amazing.
he's a creator of the original Fable.
So a couple months ago, you and I had
directors.
lunch in London. I was like, "What are you working on?"
His
He's like, "Well,
Moog
I've actually been working on a game for a number of years."
Yeah,
You kept very quiet
that's why I
about it.
say
Really wanted to let the game speak
he's
for
got
itself.
a little bit of a
Tell us about
downfall afterwards. But
Masters
we
of
cannot
Valor.
deny that Black and
Right,
White and Fable
so
was like
after
monumental to the
messing
game
around
industry.
on mobile, what the hell was I doing? I thought to myself, I need to come home. I need to come home to PC and console. So I've looked at Dungeon Keeper. I've taken some things that I've wanted to explore further with Dungeon Keeper. I've done the same with Black and White. I've taken the things from Black and White. I've done the same with Fable. And this is what I'm showing.
Let's
tonight.
see.
And
Let's see.
To your credit, you've self-funded this project yourself. You put together a team of a lot of veterans from those games.
Yeah, I mean, I think my first realization is I needed to bring the old team back together again. So I'm working with people like Mark Healy and Russell Shaw and Ian Wright, the people that helped on and created Black and White, Dungeon Keeper, and Fable. Anyway, let's have a look at Masters of Albion.
All right, here's the world premiere, Masters of Albion, from Peter Molyneux.
This is Masters of Albion. We're a team of 20 people dedicated to making something new, unique, and different. Here we are in the familiar, vast world of Albion, packed with stories, quests, treasures, and monsters. This is Oak Ridge. By day, you're tasked with building the town up, gaining resources, and earning money. By
Yeah,
night,
that's these
your
classic
town will
boys.
be attacked by many of Albion's creatures.
It seems to be a
You can design
resource
anything.
management
The food
thing.
that people eat, the clothes they wear, the weapons
Yeah.
they use, the armor they fight with. There is a strategy.
Yeah, it seems
behind
like that.
every creation.
That's the case,
I can
Kosaku.
even feed them
Like it's
rats.
not the same studio, but it's the same people.
My town's working hard to make that food. I can help out, or
Yeah, it looks very black and white-ish.
I can also design, customize, and create all buildings.
Not really my cup of tea. I was thinking he was gonna do something like Fable-like. This is more simulation-like.
Night
But
is coming.
I know there's
The
people that
sun is
really like
going
this sort of
down,
stuff.
And now my town needs defending against the horrors of Albion.
Feels like
And
one of
this
those
is
Android
my
gameplay
hero's
trailers,
time to
like the
shine.
fake ones.
You don't have to play in God mode. At any point, you can possess a character and play in third person.
Okay, that's
my
cool.
hero is now under my complete control, and now it's time to fight.
But it does feel very indie, don't you think, guys? Like
my hero's getting overwhelmed.
from a quality
Let's switch back to
perspective,
God
maybe.
mode and
Like,
unleash
maybe
some
the
real
budget's not as big.
Okay, we survived the night. Now, let's design a better weapon for my hero. You can be as silly as you want.
Don't worry, kitten.
But bread
I
swords
get you.
just
I get
won't
what
cut
you
it.
mean, and yeah, it feels like
This is
early
just a glimpse
access
of
sort of
Masters
thing.
of Albion.
You know, like
An
the idea is
open-world
interesting,
game
but
full
I'm
of
not sure.
combat, choices, mystery, and story. It's available to wishlist on Steam now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait.
We're all here to have fun.
Now, you guys were talking about milking a franchise. They're gonna milk this franchise forever. Forever. It was a good series. Like, I loved the show. It was really, really good. But now it's been overdone so much. So much. Now, what is this? Like Fall Guys? Fall Guys Squid Game mix?
It's not whether you win or lose.
Yeah, they're making season 2, and I'm confident that hopefully the season will be good. I think it's airing this December. But at the same time, like, is this really what we need? I don't think so. But I guess there's a public or an audience for this. It's definitely not me. Oh yeah, Arcane 2 is definitely gonna be good, man. Yeah, it's like a rebranded.
I've been here before. In the fold.
Is that 3D or is that an actress?
Countless times.
Oh, that has to be an actress, right? Like, that looks way too realistic.
All possible futures existing in motion.
No, and this is not even like cinematic. I think that was more like that looks like a picture, man.
It is time.
Yeah, it's just like a composition.
To awaken.
Yeah, it's an actress. Now that's 3D. Oh, she's there. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I haven't followed The Witcher. I just saw season 1, and then the news came out that Cavill was not coming back, and I was like, nah, I'm out.
And it is my duty, my journey, to step into the unknown.
Awakening. I always find it funny when new IPs launch and they launch with all of this microtransaction things. It's like, you might want to like win the reputation first, and then you start offering more stuff, right? Another shooter here. I think one of the big shooters this past couple of months or years has been Rainbow Six, right? Like Rainbow Six did a good job with how they changed the game. I mean, it looks good, I'm not gonna lie. It's just... I don't see anything new again.
Arena Breakout Infinite is now available in early access.
No, I don't think
with the full
Ubisoft
release
has
coming
announced
at the
anything in
end of the
Canelo.
year. Now, over the years, Blizzard has been a big part of
This one's
Gamescom
gonna be
history,
interesting.
and this week we are thrilled to welcome them back for the first time since 2019. And to tell us more, here's the president of Blizzard, Johanna Ferris.
What do you guys think? New game, or are they just gonna talk about the new expansions? New game or just expansions?
Hello.
Welcome to Gamescom.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
The same,
on
just
behalf
expansions.
Of Blizzard. This is such a massive moment, but it's such a special time to be sharing it here with everyone at Gamescom, and we're just really honored and grateful to be here.
Well, we're very glad to have you guys back, and I know you got a big booth with Xbox, right?
Kennedy,
yes, and
that's
come
totally
on by
it.
if you're here
The gaming
all week
industry
long.
has become
We're
so
proud of it.
profitable,
But
or
it's
there's so
also
much
a
money to be
particularly
made,
big moment for
that
Warcraft.
creativity
We have
can be
celebrations and
cut down.
anniversaries galore
Like,
across
you just lose a lot of
Hearthstone,
creativity
across Rumble, and
in
of course
the
a very
in favor
big
of money.
milestone for World of
That's
Warcraft
the unfortunate
this
truth.
year.
Yes, speaking of World of Warcraft, The War Within, its global launch is coming up very soon this month, right?
Yes, it is.
That's
and
why
we're
the
just
indie scene
days
is so
away
important, because
from
it's
the
in the
global
indie
launch
scene where you
of The War
still see a
Within.
lot of innovation and
August 26th,
cool new proposals.
it's go time for that, and in 2 days we'll actually open up early access for players. So we're psyched about it. Come on in and join. And I just want to say it's masterful work from the team. The World Soul Saga opens up such ambitious creative territory for us, arguably some of the most ambitious we've ever seen since WoW initially released 20 years ago. And we can't wait to embark on it and share it with players.
I've heard about this
it's,
Smash
very
32.
exciting that
I'll
this month is
definitely
time
look
for
it up.
that. But I know this is, you said, there's so many Warcraft anniversaries, Blizzard anniversaries, Warcraft anniversaries. How can players be a part of this?
Yeah, there's a ton of ways we're going to be able to celebrate, so we definitely hope that you join us. There will be in-game events that commence in October, so there will be more details on that, but players will be able to earn really cool in-game rewards, and we'll be finding some creative ways to celebrate the history of Azeroth together. And also be on the lookout for our very first Warcraft Direct, where the team will share more in the coming months on all the things going on for the Warcraft universe.
Okay, well, that's exciting. Now, I was wondering about, all the other Blizzard teams. Are they going to get in and celebrate these anniversaries too?
They are. There'll be some nice surprises along the way, but I do want to shout out tonight the Overwatch 2 team. Okay. They've been doing some amazing work to show their honoring of World of Warcraft
I thought Overwatch
and
2
the
was
legacy
dead.
that it brings. There'll be a new collab in September. We wanted to share tonight with all of you a sneak peek of the very first new skin. It's Widowmaker, and she's embracing her allegiance for the Horde as Sylvanas Windrunner. So be on the lookout for more details from the Overwatch team on that.
Okay, thanks for bringing a little scoop along.
Yeah,
along with you.
that's what happens as well, Dill.
Now
Like,
let's move to another franchise.
as the
has
studios
a big
become
year.
bigger and bigger,
Diablo.
Oh, yes. All eyes on October 8th. Yes. We are super excited.
When studios become too
for the
big, they
Vessel
start
of
focusing
Hatred,
on other
and we're
things.
even
They need
more
to focus on other
excited
things, because
that
now you have
here
people
at
who are on
Gamescom
payroll,
this
for
week will
instance,
be
and you
the
can't just
chance to have the
fire all of
first
them,
ever
right? So
live
you need to make sure that you have
hands-on
a
experience
consistent
with our
stream of
very new
income.
Spirit
You
Horde
are paying
class.
for all of your
It's
expenses,
beautiful,
the office space,
awesome
computer
to
software.
play,
So
and it's
it
definitely a key
shifts
part of what makes
dramatically, and I've gone through that.
All right, well, I understand you might
On
have
our
brought a
studio,
little
like we've
something
had
special with you as
expansions
well.
and contractions,
We
not to the
have-
level
here's a
of Blizzard,
look
of
at our
course,
mercenary
like nowhere
companions.
near there.
So take a
But we've
look
gone
on
from
behalf
3
of the
people
Vessel
to
of
12
Hatred.
people to 5 people to 8 people, and every time you make something bigger or smaller, there are other things that unfortunately are not as important as art, right? So they take importance away from art and creativity in favor of just making it a sustainable business. So yeah.
This is the road we know in Sanctuary. However, some of us have taken a different path. Bound by secrecy, ready to stand and fight for those who seek us out.
Is that a new
shield
class?
is your protection. There was a time we fought the vilest of Sanctuary.
You fools get uglier and uglier.
Until we were left with only our inner demons. But the return of hatred has pulled us back into the light.
Your blood feeds my blade!
And though we now wait, watching from the shadows, we cannot escape who we are. Why we fight.
Please, no! Stay away!
Or the fury that burns within us. I have your back.
I'm with you!
Are these like new powers for the classes, or?
Stay back!
See it. Shoot it.
Reach your maker!
Strength
Seems like new talents for the whole thing.
I
am your guardian.
I am your redemption. I am your vengeance.
I am your rage.
We are the Pale Hand, and we are the reason you need never fight alone.
Oh, so they're like new characters or something? Huh. Yeah, Dill, I totally agree. Like, it is very important to keep your passion. And that's why I always tell people, especially people who are learning about the 3D world, it's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to have a living? Do you want to have a job? Then there's a certain type of mindset that you need to follow. Do you just want to do this as a hobby, or do you want to be a solo dev and just create your own game for fun, for passion? It's another sort of like road you take. But it's difficult for you to. It would be very difficult for someone to say, "Hey, I want to have a game that's all about passion, creativity, and art, and sell the same amount of money that Blizzard or Activision sells with Call of Duty." Right? Like that. Those two things are not really compatible. Do you want money, or do you want like something that's unique and creative? You can have something that's unique and creative and make quite a bit of money, like a lot of money, but it will never compete against like the casual things that we see in things like Blizzard, right, and Activision.
Types of challenges you're gonna see.
It's similar to movies, right, like, or actors. Like if you want to be an actor that does like very deep, interpretative characters, and you are co-op, what's the word? And you want to do something very unique and very like genre defining. It's not the same as Chris Pratt doing Star-Lord, right? Two different things, two different objectives, two different motives. Both of them perfectly valid. Like you can pick whichever one you want, but it's difficult to get the two together. That's my
Vessel
point.
of Hatred launching October 8th, and I hope to see every single one of you on the floor all the way through the show. So thank you very much.
Yeah, everything is complicated in this industry. And Kosaku, would it be better for a studio to focus on little games and then here there gamble with a big really one?
All right, now we're heading to the hardcore action role-playing world of the first Berserker Kazan, set for 2025 release.
Yeah, that was Pirate Software, Milligan Hunter. One simple scheme can sell more than a full
Let's witness the
game.
Chaos that awaits.
What do you do at that point? What did they say this was? Kazan?
The two
like an auction game?
Who defeated the beast will tear into the neck.
I like the art style here. It looks comic book style. That looks good. Cell shaded.
For years, I faced unrelenting fury, made countless sacrifices. And the result of my devotion was betrayal.
Oh, that looks cool, man. Action game. That's fine. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of the Castlevania games as well. No, again, I'm wondering, is this Souls-like or is this action game? Because Souls-like, I feel like we have too many Souls games now. Too difficult.
You will die, Emperor. You.
Yeah, a little bit like God of War. Yeah.
Join me, Blade Phantom. Then I will help you.
Yeah, this game definitely looks interesting.
Our alliance has been formed.
The first Berserker, Kazan. Is this for like the Berserker series? Anyone? Any anime fans?
The constraints of the past are history. Here, you rule the way you've always wanted.
Yeah, I agree with your Kurt. He says, I think fashion or not, it's always a gamble. Big company or indie, most projects don't hit mass appeal, but that 1% will like Among Us. So you might as well do the passion project you want. And sometimes it takes a bunch of passion projects building up to the big one that has like Hoyoverse games before Genshin. Yeah, and there's another thing that people, I feel, tend to forget or not pay too much attention to. Like, imagine I give you two options. You can release a game every 2-3 years for the rest of your life, and they will always give you your money back as in revenue, but they will never hit mass appeal. Or you will be doing games until you die, and only one of those games is gonna be mass appeal. Which one of those two you prefer, right? And some people will be happy with, hey, I'll have like just decent games, good games that small communities will like. There will be like niche games. I think that's fine. And other people want to have like the big success, the big name, millions of players playing, right? It's up to you as an artist and as a developer on what kind of like goal you want to pursue. I think that's a valid road to take. Another cinematic, and we don't know what the game is about. Well, it looks cool, but at the same time, what is it? You see the arena game? Dark and Darker, mobile. Yeah, I don't like. I don't feel confident by the fact it's
Dark
mobile.
and Darker Mobile is now available for global pre-registration. Now from NetEase Games, this next trailer is a new life simulation game where players can travel among super-powered worlds to craft their island and engage with friends. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I agree, Smash 3D. I totally agree. And again, that's why I was mentioning you as a person, as a human being, you need to decide what you value most. Uniqueness like this, or mass appeal. Because this one looks fun. It's like an Animal Crossing thing, right? But it might not have like huge numbers like Animal Crossing. But that doesn't mean that's not worth doing, or it's not worth investing your time on, because if you like it, go for it. Exactly, you were yourself. You did what you wanted. Exactly. For a company, they need to keep that like value up. That's why they don't take big risks. That's why they play it safe. That's why they do microtransactions, because there's other things that they need to keep in mind in order to keep going forward. I mean, this looks fun. I used to play a lot of before Stardew Valley. What was the name of this like farm game? Oh man, Harvest Moon. Very cute.
All right, we got another game to show you, which will take you on an epic global adventure. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Check this out.
Oh man, I'm not hopeful about this one.
What if I told you there was a connection between ancient
bad.
cultures around the world? A great circle. Does it exist? Is it the key to some lost power? That's up to you to uncover.
Doesn't look half bad.
I'm Troy Baker, and I play Indy. It's humbling playing a character that so many people, myself included, look up to. As a kid, seeing Indiana Jones in the theater for the first time was a defining moment for me. And I never would have guessed that all these years later, I would be the one wearing the hat.
I don't think it's a VR game.
It's been a dream come true. A dream that I cannot wait for you to live for yourselves. The beauty of a first-person game like this is that we all get to feel what it's like to become Indy. You are the one who cracks the whip, who feels the weight of every punch and the thrill of finding every clue.
It's
Indy
a
is such
first-person game,
character.
but I don't think it's a VR game.
An archaeologist, a brawler, an explorer.
Because I see the commands on the screen,
all-around adventure. And this game has everything
those are not
you'd
the ones
expect
that you
from
have
an
in
Indiana
VR.
Jones adventure. Mysterious artifacts, cunning villains, ancient discoveries, hard-hitting action. It's a world of constant danger where you've got to think on your feet to stay alive. The Great Circle spans the entire globe, from snake-filled jungle temples to scorpion-riddled desert tombs. Stunning open areas to explore.
Yeah, it's a
freely,
little bit of a
full
weird
secrets
choice.
for you to discover.
But I
And
think
you'll get
it
more than
works.
just the classic whip and revolver. Indy's journal and his camera will immerse you in the mystery, providing extra info on all of your finds so you can appreciate all of the little historical
Yeah, it gives me a lot of
details
Uncharted
he obsesses
vibes as
over.
well.
And
That's
those
right.
details are your key to solving the ancient puzzles that hold the secrets you're after. But ancient secrets don't come easy. It's best to have an exit strategy. This is an incredible new way to experience Indiana Jones, and I can't wait for you to play it. Hold on to your hat.
I mean, it's interesting. Do you think AI will replace a lot of mocap?
Doesn't
Those
that
are some
look
really
great?
good new
A
tools.
world
Yes.
of mystery to
well, not
explore,
replace it, but it will
But you're
definitely
probably
help.
wondering when the game comes out, right?
I personally don't like
Well,
mocap. I like traditional animation. I feel it has some more like weight and impact to it. But yeah, I do feel like AI is definitely gonna help on that. What's the word on the mocap?
There you have it.
Here we
Indiana
go.
Jones and the Great Circle is coming out this December for Xbox Game Pass and PC. But there is one more thing that Machine Games and Bethesda
Yeah,
wanted to share
I
with
have
you
the same
about Indiana
feeling.
Jones
It feels a
and the
little
Great
bit
Circle.
uncanny. For instance, like Genshin, what they do is they do have mocap, but then they exaggerate and clean it up and like give it a
The
little
game's
bit more
coming to PlayStation
of
5
an animated
in spring
effect.
of 2025. All right, before we wrap up O&L, we do have one final game announcement for you.
Let's go.
Check
Let's
this
see.
out.
Usually the best for last. Let's see.
This thing of ours, it's a brotherhood. Treachery and deceit do not exist among us. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Mafia. Ah, another one of those trailers, man. What the hell is this, dude?
I'm Nick
Oh,
Baines,
man.
president of Hangar 13.
Oh, there we go.
What you just saw is the first early look at Mafia: The Old Country, a thrilling story set in 1900 Sicily during the origins of the Mafia. We're going back to the roots of what fans love about the Mafia franchise, crafting a deep, linear narrative with that classic mob movie feeling. Mafia's success is built on our players' passion for the franchise, and we're so proud to return to Mafia with The Old Country. We can't wait to show you all more. Thanks for watching.
Okay, well, that's cool, I guess.
That was a fun surprise, right? All right, well, that is a wrap on Opening Night Live from here in Cologne, Germany. And we hope to see you again this December, December 12th, when the Game Awards streams live everywhere for our 10th anniversary show. It is going to be a
We'll
very
be there,
special
guys.
night
We'll be there
as we
on the
give you a
Game
sense
Awards
of where
as well.
games are going in the next decade. We don't want to say much
So-
now, but trust me, it's going to be a very special show. All right, well, thanks again to my co-host, Shocks. Didn't she do a great job?
Thank you so much, Jeff. It was really great to be here. I hope everyone had an amazing time. And can I say something in German too?
Let's do it.
Don't want to show you up, but vielen Dank, ihr Lieben. Ich hoffe, ihr habt eine super, super Zeit und viel Spaß auf der Gamescom.
I think she's
Well
from
done,
Sweden or
German, as
something.
opposed to mine. I'm learning. All right. Thanks so much, Shocks. Thanks to everyone. Enjoy Gamescom. Have a great night.
Well, that's it, guys. Thank you very much. I mean, this was a special stream. We just wanted to, well, I just wanted to stream and see the Game Show Award, but I thought, hey, let's do it in a party and let's all be here together. So let's see, a couple of questions here from Kennedy. It says, one last thing, I got a bit of a drawn-out question. I know Dash 3D is looked down upon as a 3D software, since it's just a glorified video game character creator, but as someone who still struggles with base modeling an enemy, not because it's difficult, because it's mind-numbing, tedious, and very time-consuming, do you think it's viable in the industry to cut corners and use DAS in your pipeline, solely to export an easily made base modeler? Yes. Remember, guys, anytime you're working on a project, if you're for production, there's time and money constraints, and at that point, anything goes. Do you need to have ugly topology, ugly UVs, horrible render times, but it gets the job done? That's it. You got paid, the thing was delivered, everyone's happy, you're good to go. However, from a learning perspective, which is my main focus, from an academic perspective, when I'm teaching how to do things, like the proper way to do things, there are certain guidelines and elements that I like to recommend. That doesn't mean that you're going to be following them all the time, because again, once you're in production, sometimes you're going to have to do like stuff like download a model, buy some textures, get yourself the help from someone else. Like there's a bunch of things that you can do. So that's a studio, perfectly fine, but there will be a situation maybe in the future where DAS Studio won't be able to cover that need that you have, and that's where your skill as an artist is very important, that it shows and you can really do the thing that you're asking for, right? So tools are tools, use them whenever you want. So that's pretty much it. How much poly count is recommended for a mobile game character? It depends. 5k triangles, 10k triangles, 20k triangles. I will probably not go over 40k triangles for a mobile game character. But even then, it depends a lot on what kind of mobile game you're doing. It's not the same to do a fighting game where you only have 2 characters on screen than to do like a Age of Empires game where you have 100 characters on screen. So all of that changes. Anyway, that's it, my friends. Thank you very much. I'll be seeing you back this Friday. Remember, we're going to have live stream for our portfolio review, one of our favorite series here on the channel. And if you want to support us, you know, like, share, comment, all that fun stuff. Or you can go and check our premium courses as well in our site. Thank you very, very much, my friends. I'll see you back on the next one.